I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
And now, your mama knows.
29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What are you, fucking nuts? You thought? You just...
Subscribe to the most epic channel on YouTube for live streams every week. Daily videos. Subscribe. Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon. Well, guys, it's another epic stream. And today is going to be really epic because I have a guest on the show who was a guest on the show a while ago. And now he is back by popular demand. Especially gotta give a shout out to Mr. Urban World because Mr. Urban World was like, bro, we need to see Token Gamer again. I got so many questions. So I've been trying to make this happen for a couple months now. And we finally got the pieces together. And so now it's time to get my man, none other than Token Gamer, out. And it's gonna be nothing less than epic. Guys, I am your host, the Cowboy King of Entertainment. I mean, I don't even know what to call myself now. I mean, I'm doing all epic entertainment, king of entertainment, king of content, all-purpose champ, captain of consistency, master of vlogging. Anyway, you guys call me whatever you want. By next week, I'm going to switch it up. But anyways, with that being said, guys, this is going to be cool. So this guy coming up today, he is, how do I describe him? Probably one of the most interesting people I met on my journey on the internet, because this guy I remember when we met, he was into some stuff that was just far out, and my brain couldn't process it. And I was trying to like understand, like, wait, what are you talking about? And so this is gonna be cool because it's gonna be cool to go back to back then and to now. So guys, make sure you're in your seats. He also doesn't mind if you guys ask any questions you want, and he's kind of like a tech genius. Years ago, we did a super big event, and his part of the event, he had like 4 screens with 4 different screens of people playing, and it was nothing less than epic. So you guys are gonna love it. Trust me, I think this is gonna be really cool. He's gonna be a different breed of person to chat with, and it won't just be games. We're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff as well. So this thing is gonna be really epic, and I can't wait to get into it. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you go to the homepage, scroll down. The way I designed the homepage, you get an idea of all the different content on the channel and more. So with that being said, I'm gonna grab a chair. I hope you grab a chair, and we're gonna get right into this thing. All right, so see what's up with the people in chat. See, my man Holtz is in the building. Let's go. I said, well, I've got to say good evening. What's going on, Holtz? Yo, Jason is in the building. What's up, Jason? What a day to be an Xbox fan. I think you might be right. You've got a slight reverb. What is the reverb? Let me see. How about Space Cowboy? I mean, you know, Rain is in the building. I thought you were texting the group chat for We Wrestle. No, see, I didn't want to just only text the group chat. I figured I'd just only send it to you. I've been here the entire time, 20 minutes in advance. Urban is in the building. All right, we're going to get it started. But I am trying to find something, guys, because something I'm trying to find that's going to be pretty special. So give me a quick moment. And I don't know why I can't find it. So hold on. Something is pretty special. You know, it's weird, right? I'm trying to look at my my history, and it's so strange. All right, hold on. Let me go on my phone, so you guys will see what I'm talking about once I get to it. All right, here we go. So I found it, and now that I'm playing it, I'm gonna refresh and see if it's there. Like, I don't know why I feel like my account is like a different account or something. Like, it's not linking up. It's kind of strange. Oh, because I might be on the wrong account. Oh, all right. Well, that would make sense. Okay, hold on real quick. Switch account. Okay, there you go. So I was on the wrong account. All right, now. All right, guys, I want to share. So give me a moment. And I think our guests will like to see this as well. So, guys, I want to show you this. All right. So, Urban, you asked for me to conjure up none other than Token Gamer. But to understand this guy, we kind of got to take it back. Back to, let's see how long ago this was. This was 3 years ago. All right. So check this stream out, guys, from 3 years ago. Used to be the old intro. That's when I was trying to get 1,000 subscribers. So I'm at 850. Let's skip it a little bit.
And now your mama knows.
The music was rocking back then. What's going on, good people? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of So Let's Talk. I haven't done an interview in a while, but every so often I meet someone really interesting that does some really interesting stuff or is into some stuff that's really interesting, and I tell myself, I gotta interview this person. I need to know for myself and for the viewers, what are they into and what are they talking about? So we have no other than Token Gamer in the building. Guys, this was 3 years ago. I am looking forward to this interview. Let me just make sure we get our levels checked. Let me hear you say something, Token Gamer. Make sure I'm listening if I can hear you. All right, so I'm going to skip into the interview.
Be able to do it at all hours of the day or night. So I found a platform called AltSpace VR. It's free, Microsoft developed.
We want to know what's up with AltSpace VR. This is a lot that Token Gamer, if you guys go back to this interview, I'll definitely put it in the chat. It was so rich with information, and it blew my mind, so I'm curious.
And purchased it a while back. And
let's just scroll a little bit more.
That this technology has the potential to really change the game. And that's all I really want to get out there, is that I have come across something that I think everybody should know about, regardless if it's something that's going to affect your life or not. You should at least know that there is a verification system called the blockchain that is.
All right, guys, we're going to learn about blockchain and all that good stuff. So let's do this. Let's get the man, the myth, the legend in here. Let me pull this back. So before I do that, let me real quick go to the chat. Let me see. My wife is calling me. Hold on. Let me take this call real quick. Yes. Sure. I'd rather get a fish sandwich. No, I ate it for lunch. No, I just get the fish sandwich with, and instead of fries, I'll get the jalapeno bite. Yeah. All right, later, bye. You know, guys, when the wife calls to ask you what you want for dinner, you got to answer. All right, now, anyway, before I was really interrupted by that woman. Anyway, so remember, guys, you can ask any questions, which is going to be cool. Sorry about that. Let's see. Let me see. Cowboy, is your kicks get? Be quiet, man. What's up, Michael in the building? Dodge Man's in the building. I'm super mad at Token. Oh man, he said he mad at you. All right, I remember that intro. Yeah, right. Bro's playing Stellar Blade and Stellar Blade. Let me see. Let me see. I just want to get down to the bottom. All right, I don't want to read all that. I want Token to be able to answer all the questions live. You guys have been going on, man. Jeez. So I'm a Bird King. Oh, I think my chat just reduplicated itself. All right, cool. So here we go, guys. I'm about to bring on none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, the Token Gamer. Let's go. What's up, man?
What's happening, dog? Appreciate it.
Bro, I can't believe that was 3 years ago, man.
That was 3 years ago. I was trying to find the video of all of us streaming on camera, and I was like, yo, how long ago is this? I can't find it anymore. It's too long.
Right. Yeah, I was like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that was 3 years ago.
Time flies, dog. I mean,
damn, man.
We probably did that group stream like 4 years ago then. That was like right before Christmas.
So, well, I'll tell you this. Hold up. You know what's crazy? How do I find it now? Hold up.
I'm pretty certain that was 2020. That was like during COVID.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I can find it. You know how? Let's see.
Also,
right,
another thing, y'all notice how short my hair was in that video? Bruh.
Bro, look at your hair, man.
Bruh.
So
the multi-stream Stadia Bash squad.
Dude,
man, back in the day.
Dude, is this not it right here?
That's probably it.
Right? So hold up. Let me go on the playlist.
There we go.
Yeah, that's from your channel.
Yes, sir.
Guys, this guy, look what he did. Let me fast forward a little bit. And we know we got action. You gotta have to explain it, man. Look at this. So we were playing Sniper Elite 4, I believe.
Yeah,
And
each person was streaming, and I put all of the streams together in one stream.
guys, this is what he did for that event. It was pretty cool. Hold on, then we eventually played some Destiny, I believe, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there it is. No, that was still Sniper Elite. It looked like.
Oh, I see one.
Well, I thought at some point, oh, maybe we did that for the other one.
Probably. Don't even.
But this was cool, man.
I was able to switch between different teams, so you'd be able to see Team A and then switch over to Team B, and like it was cool. I haven't done that in so long, man. I want to do it again. Dude,
that was cool. Well, let's get into this interview. We'll definitely bounce back to some of that stuff. Whoops. But so first things first, man. How you doing?
I'm alive, bro. I'm glad to be alive because I'll tell you guys in a bit. I came to a life and death experience, not
really,
kind of a long time ago now.
Now, back then, you lived in Miami, right?
I was north of Miami, kind of north of in Springs area, north of Fort Lauderdale. It's like an hour north of Miami. Now I'm in the center of Miami.
Oh wow! So now you actually live in Miami.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, last time I was renting, now I own.
Wait. What, dude? What happened with that whole Miami thing with the aliens or the kids in the mall or something like that? I mean, so you know what it is when you don't live in those places, you look on TV and people who live there is probably like, "What are you talking about?" Exactly. Something that was like, apparently there was a mall down there, right? And apparently, like they had like all the cops went up to the mall, and I guess so. It was two stories. It was supposed to be like kids started a riot. But then the other story was there was like a dimension open in the mall and aliens was coming through or something crazy. See, this is what happened.
No.
You live there, you're like, bro, I don't even. Yeah, you gotta start watching TV.
Like, what? I know that there's a lot of Florida man stories, but like,
right.
And if you live in Miami, you follow whatchamacallit, what's my, like, every time I open up Instagram, only in Dade. Every time, literally the second I open Instagram, only in Dade. Literally the second I pull it up, just the most craziest happens every day in Dade, and I can't explain it. I enjoy living here. It's fun, but
so
yeah, a lot of crazy stuff.
You want to tell us about your near-death experience?
Yeah, man. So not long after I moved down here, ended 21. So I want to say like still while we were I remember I was streaming and whatnot up until probably November of 21, and then that's when like it started getting real that we were about to move into a house, and I had no time to stream anymore. And then of course after moving, getting settled in, all that stuff, just completely new environment. Life kept taking its left and right. Went through a breakup, and then right not too long after the breakup, I'm riding my e-bike down the street, about to go play some volleyball, and as I'm riding down the street, like I see this car coming, but I'm like, he's obviously sees me. I'm in the middle of the road, right? He's gonna stop, right? And like by the time he got like close enough that I can realize that I'm about to die, I kind of just crossed my chest and got ready and just went right through his windshield.
Damn.
Yeah, I got some gnarly scars. I don't know how much of it's gonna show on stream.
Oh my God, that's hold on. Wait, let's give you full screen. Bro.
And that's just one of them. There's another one on this side that I can't even get to it.
You know what's crazy? So since then, we're showing scars. I got shoulder surgery last May. So 2 incisions here, one in the back and one in the front that went away. Pretty you barely could see. But yeah, I tore my rotator cuff and had to get surgery. But yeah, that was last May 31st. It was almost a year later. Crazy.
Yeah, man. Our bodies are very fragile, so take care of them.
Yes. Bro, you went through his windshield?
I went through his windshield. It supposedly like broke through it and then like bounced off the side of the car and like rolled down the street. I just remember like waking up real quick and was like, "Whoa, what happened?" I see my bike
Damn.
is like destroyed. I see the guy looking at me like, "Bro, you better not die." And I'm like, "What?" And I
What?
see the ambulance is like, "Sir, relax. You went through a car accident." And I'm like, "I'm going home. Bye." And they're like, "No, you have a hole in your back." And I'm like, "What?" Guy literally shows me a picture of a hole in my back, and I'm like,
Wow.
oh, immediately passed out. Wake
Damn.
back up. I'm in the hospital, and they're like, sign this. Like, you need to sign it now. You're going into surgery. If you don't sign it, you're gonna die. I'm like, sure. Signed it. Passed out again. Wake back up. They're like moving my body from like
Right,
one
right.
bed to the next bed, and like all I can feel is the pain of everything. And I'm just screaming out like, what's happening? And they're like, put him back under. Knocked out again. I wake back up. I'm in like done with surgery and everything, and they're just like, "Yo, what happened?"
That's wow, bro. Well, glad you're alive and you made it.
I
So
made
you
it.
said now you own, so you bought a house in Miami.
Yeah, yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
So
So got too busy and like have
yeah,
not had the time to really stream much,
yeah, yeah.
and then Stadia ended up shutting down. So it was like, sheesh.
Right.
And then right after Google announced Stadia shutting down, Microsoft's like, yeah, we're done with AltSpace. Oh, peace. And I'm like, wow, both of my favorite game streaming services
Man.
all just
Yeah.
bellied up. And not to mention the crypto market right after I bought the house was just like, yeah, we're going up to 100K. No, we're not. Psych, we dropped. And everything kind of just went down.
So hold on. So Urban's been dying to
Yeah,
ask you this. So just don't get to that yet. So
okay.
yeah, Urban, like he's been dying for like years. Bro, you know, talk to Token Gamer. I was like, bro, we chat on Twitter. I mean, I could always hit him up. He's like, yo, you gotta do a streaming on my, and I would just always forget, and he would bring it up again and bring it up again. And so here you are. So,
Urban, you the
so
man.
I'm sure he wants to know. He wants to get your thoughts on a lot of stuff, as well as other people. Again, guys, this stream might be a little too far out because last time he
Try
was
and
on
dumb
here,
it down.
I was just like, bro, I don't even know what language he's talking about, but it was interesting. So, but yeah, so we're gonna dive into it. So we know how you're doing. You're doing good now. You bought a house, good stuff. What you might not know is, so 8 years ago, my wife and I said, in 8 years, when my daughter turns 18, we're gonna move to Florida. Last Saturday, my daughter turned 18.
Congrats! Happy birthday! I forgot her name.
She graduates this June, and then we're gonna be selling our house, and I'm gonna be moving to Jacksonville. So, bro, I'm gonna have to come meet you in person. So,
Let's do it.
well, definitely. So it's kind of cool. All the people I'm meeting that live in Florida, I'm like, oh, I'm coming to see you, coming to see you, coming to see you, coming to see you, coming to see you. So definitely we'll have to hang, man. I'll have to come out there and we'll have to do something, get some bite to eat or whatever, man. That's gonna be cool.
Absolutely. I will say Jacksonville is hella far. I
No,
don't know if you've ever looked on the map.
I'm a Florida head, man. So I used to live in Florida back in '99 and 2000. And when I moved back to Jersey, me and my boys would I would be like, bro, Florida's amazing. Girls walk around half naked. So we would always just every year we would just rent a Durango or a minivan or whatever, and we would just all go to Florida. Then a buddy of mine used to live in Tampa, or he was going to college in Tampa. So I've been all over Florida. Actually, a buddy of mine just moved to Cocoa Beach. So he lives in Cocoa Beach right now. So all over, bro. So trust me, nothing's stopping me. I'm coming to Miami at
Make
some
it
point.
happen. I'm
So we'll
back.
make it happen. But with that being said, let me get into it. You know what? I'm just gonna start this off now because I know I want to get a little. I don't know if it's gonna be controversial or not, but Urban, I'm about to do this now. Bro, what is your thoughts? Your honest thoughts about VR right now? What is going on with VR? The state of VR? Do you think VR is a viable gaming platform? Do you see a higher future for VR anytime soon? Token Gamer, what is your thoughts on VR?
Valid. All right. So I knew that it was gonna be a slow start.
Mm,
Kind of like if you think of the the generational difference in consoles from like Commodore 64 up to
Yeah.
like Nintendo 64 up to like the PlayStation era, and now here we are with PS5. I knew it would be kind of a slow start and then it just grows exponentially. I mean, VR games are looking pretty clean now compared to where we were before. But even then, I mean, you still have to have the higher processing power, so top of the line gaming
Right.
computer to be able to play like PS4, PS5 level games in VR. Aside from that, having a standalone, think of it as a console, if you will, standalone headset like the Oculus Quest. I think I left mine in my room. One of those can now, like the Quest 3, I want to say that's probably equivalent to games that are like PS3 right about now.
Mhm.
Standalone. So like no need to plug into the wall, no need
Right.
to plug into a computer. You could just run the games right off the headset as is. Battery life may suck. You might need to plug in extended battery or extension cable, but at least you could be able to get like PS3 level games right from the headset. PS4 depending on like
Right.
what you're playing. But yeah, man, the headsets look great. They're getting better. They're getting lighter. The technology's not quite flawless yet, but it's getting better thanks to Zuckerberg. I mean, especially now with the fact that they just opened up. I think what really made it really tough was that Facebook was or Meta was really locking down the market to just one headset, one like
Mhm.
specific niche. Their brand, that's it pretty much, and it's like if Facebook doesn't drop another headset, it doesn't really expand and get out there. Well, thankfully they've now, possibly too late, but hopefully not, opened it up, kind of like Android. They're trying to be like Google and saying like, "Yo, we now got our Pixel." Other than like Google, which started first with like Samsung, Motorola, LG, all you guys, go, 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 make Androids, hurry up, everybody get an Android. Facebook was like, no, 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 we're gonna make our dedicated iPhone, if you will, of VR and scale up the technology and all of the software first, and then we'll open it up, and you can just use the Quest operating system, if you will, on all different headsets. So now Microsoft and a bunch of other companies are going to jump in and make their own VR headset. I know Microsoft and Meta announced that like you can play like Xbox Cloud directly in the headset now. Supposedly they're going to have their own console headset, and we'll see what that collaborates with their next version of the Xbox.
So,
So
what's your thoughts on the Apple Vision Pro?
you're spending a lot of money to be a beta tester.
3,400 to be exact.
Exactly. I mean, hey, the technology definitely is ahead of Meta because of the fact that um like that knob switching between virtual reality and augmented reality really piqued my interest. That's where I was like, "Oh wait, it is VR. I thought it was just an AR headset,
Right.
but then when I saw them like switch the screen and it's like full immersion, cool. However, like what games can I play with that? Like I can't plug it
Well,
into
I
my
think that's the only issue. So a buddy of mine bought it and then returned it, and he bought the Meta Quest 3 because he said the
Mhm.
problem with the Apple Vision Pro is, as far as gaming, it's like
It's not a
non-existent.
gaming headset.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah,
like
it's
what
not.
games can you play on a Mac? I'll wait. Do they even have Steam? You know what I mean?
Right,
So it's there. It's great tech. It's cool technology, but
right,
they're not fully utilizing it to all the extent,
right.
And that's just Mac. That's or Apple. That's what happens when you get an Apple device. If anybody knows me, I don't really fuck with Apple. So
Mm.
sorry, not sorry.
Right.
But in terms of where do I see everything going? I mean, I'm glad to see Apple's in the space and gonna push the limits. I'm glad to see Facebook no longer hogging the technology and opening it up. And let's see what happens. The race is on. We got the iPhone versus iOS versus Android essentially for VR. Now it's I don't know what Vision Pro OS versus Meta Quest OS. Whatever. I'm excited to see what happens, where it goes, how it evolves, and I'm thinking that this is gonna be not right now, but we're at like
Mm.
the rumored era right before the Xbox original came out, right
Right.
before the PlayStation came out. We're kind of at that like rumored era that like, oh, Sony's about to drop a console, yo, this is about to drop a console. Now we at least have the headsets. It's just getting them there.
Mm.
I think we're not quite there for mainstream media in the next, I'll say 2 to 3 years, but I want to say over the next 5 years, we could get to a point in time where there's just as many VR headsets as there are desktop computers.
You know what it is? It seems like the VR headsets might be like the handheld now. You know, like the Lenovo got the like everything, the Rogue Ally, you got the Steam Deck, and you
Steam
got
Deck,
like
yep.
yeah,
I
all of
think
these things are popping up.
I think we're essentially VR has more than there are all those like Switch
Right,
competitors, not including the Switch. If you count the Switch,
right,
no, I don't think there's enough VR headsets for as many Switches are as there are out there. But
right.
um, it's getting close. The race is on. So I mean, if you're paying attention, you're paying attention. If not, so be it. It's gonna come to you when it comes to you. Just
Mhm.
like all of the different computers. Whenever you got into a
Right,
computer, some people were on computers for since the 70s. Some people didn't, get on the internet or a computer for the first time until, recently or 2010 or if not.
right.
So I think eventually we'll get there. Just how soon till it becomes abundant? Give or take 5 or 10 more years.
Mhm.
That's my
That's
two
fair.
cents.
I think that's fair. Urban, I hope you don't get mad because he said 5 or 10 years. Urban thinks VR is now. But so guys,
I'm not gonna disagree that it's now, but is it mainstream now? No,
no.
it's still like if I compared it to Android, we're still in our Droid era when like Verizon first got on it and
Yeah.
started making Android devices.
VR for me is like a S3. Remember like a S3? Yeah.
Sure.
Where it was
Uh,
cool. He was like, oh man, the S3. Like,
But
but
then it's like, why would you get a S3 in 2024, right? Like, it's slow, it's not fast enough, it's not
right,
there. Now, does that mean it's always going to be an S3? No, the technology's evolving really fast. So this year, I mean, and it evolves rapidly. Like your desktop computer, how many people up? I'm still rocking the same desktop for like the last 8 years now. How many people still have the same tablet for so long? Some people are rocking cell phones longer, longer and longer. So VR headsets are just dropping left and right, with Facebook making this announcement. The technology is just going to keep evolving. You got bodysuits, you got treadmills now, all
yep,
sorts of attachments. The community is evolving really fast. It's just, is it fast enough to say that we're at the point of no return yet? Nah, I
right.
think that there's still a lot of people that pick up their headset and don't use it. I got a roommate that I pushed him to get a headset so we could play together, and he never touches that thing.
Yeah.
It's really just a matter of like getting the right kind of content that grabs everybody, and just not all the
That's what
content
I
is
was gonna
there
say.
yet.
I think right now it's unfortunately the term I'm gonna use is not impressive, right? When something is like, whoa, like for instance, the Apple Vision Pro, people who tried it, like my buddy was saying, like, dude, when you're like standing there, like you're at a concert. He did
Hmm.
like a Alicia Keys concert. He's like, nothing could tell you she wasn't in front of you singing to you. But that's not gaming, right? So for me,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that sounds cool, but how often am I going to go to the live Alicia Keys concert in the
Facts.
VR, right?
And
Because
how many times do I want to pay for that?
right, right. But a video game, you pay for it once and then you're just playing it and playing it. So I need it to be impressive. I need something gaming to happen with VR to be quote unquote impressive. You
And I
know,
mean, how impressive is it gonna be? When I mean, like, there's a lot of impressive games you could play that you'll have a lot of fun right now.
right,
However, how many gamers that are playing, Series X and the PS5 are gonna want to put down their Series S or PS5 to go play VR? And I love watching the like Instagram, all these chicks that be, oh, I'm gonna say thoughts that be putting up videos or pictures that's like
right,
PS5 or in my booty. Like, all right, well, PS5 or VR? Everybody's gonna choose a PS5 over VR right now.
yeah,
You're lying to yourself if you're really gonna say, "Oh, I'd rather VR than a PS5 right now." Okay, okay,
agree.
you might have a lot of fun with it, but it's just not comparable. So, I mean, is there gonna be a day where VR is better than like a PS5 or anything like that. I don't know, but I mean, will they work hand in hand like the PS4, PlayStation VR? Sure. I mean, it's there, it's happening now, but how many people have just the PS5 and how many people have a PS5 VR2? And
Right.
even with the people that have PS5 VR2, name one mainstream game that everybody's playing. I'll
Right.
wait.
I think that's the problem. Nothing impressive happened. So the headset itself is impressive, right? The technology they added with the PSVR2 was like, dude, the retina scan tracking and it being OLED and all this stuff sounds great. But without the games, that's the problem. Like you just pretty much said, right? What game are everybody's going crazy for? So without the right games is why they back down the support, because it's like the games is what's going to make it popular. And they just haven't got anything to make the non-VR fans say, oh, now I want to get a VR. And that's the thing. You're going to have a VR fans that jump to it because you're already a VR fan. But what they need to do is get into a new market and touch people who are like, I don't care about VR. And I don't feel like they did a great job at that. So
I'm sure they're trying. I'm sure that is the goal of every single developer that's out there, is trying to pull more people into VR. It's
right.
just a matter of, wooing enough people into it. And I want to say it really comes down to most developers are still developing for either PC VR or straight for the Quest, standalone headset. I really am disappointed that Google didn't take the opportunity to expand Stadia into virtual reality. Could you imagine if the same way I was able to stream PS5 level games like Cyberpunk 2077, I played that a
Right.
lot on my phone. If I could stream that game to my phone, what's stopping them from making it streamable to my headset?
Right.
Technology, the internet was only going to get faster, so there are companies that are out there that are trying to do stuff like that now, but they're mainly making it so that way you can like have a virtual machine in the cloud, so that way you can then download and play your games on that virtual machine and stream it to your headset, so you don't have to have a
Yeah.
$3,000 computer in your house. You could just stream it over the internet. I forgot some of the names of the companies that are doing that. Plutosphere, I think, is one of them. Anywho, cool and all. However, like we Stadia fans here know, I wasn't getting on Stadia and logging into a desktop and then downloading Stadia games onto that virtual desktop, and then now I can stream it. That's too many hoops. I'm not gonna do that. Whereas if I could just go, "Ooh, I'm gonna play this game right now," click, put on my headset, and I'm in the game. Yo, Stadia had an opportunity that they really squandered.
Yeah, it did. But what's your so let's shift a little bit. Well, before I shift, I want to do this. This is something you didn't know I was going to do. But guys, I need you because I'm pretty sure Token has no clue. But I need you guys to pick a number. Put your numbers in there between 1 and 217, because right now it's time for the book of questions, because we want to see what Token Gamer, we want to see how his mind works. So I need you guys to throw in some numbers for me, 1 to 217. And I'll do this first. Token, you give me a number between 1 to 217. We'll start with your number, and then we'll take a couple from the audience.
Sure. Before I give you my number, I did not address Mr. Urban World in regards to he would jump into my Smash streams and start chatting it up. Yo, my bad, my dog. I did not look at the chat at all while I was doing those. It was just me and my homies get together. We just start streaming, and not everybody can be in the room at the same time to watch the game. So I would stream whoever's like fighting at that time, and we'd be able to talk about it in our private group chat. But like, I wasn't looking at the chat for YouTube. I was just putting it out there for us to watch. But glad that you checked it out. Glad you jumped in there and commented. Every time I noticed that you commented afterwards, I'm like, oh crap. And then I try to message you, but of course it was like too late. But I'm back. I'm gonna start streaming some more. So I will I'm in the process of like revamping my page and stuff. And yeah, man, check it out. I'll be back and paying attention to the stream soon. But my number will be my lucky number 4.
Number 4?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're gonna go with number 4, then we're gonna take the ones that's in the chat. So number 4 says, If you could spend 1 year in perfect happiness, but afterward remember nothing of the experience, would you do so? If not, why not? So 1 year, perfect happiness, but you wouldn't remember anything after the experience.
Is it crazy that I feel like that possibly has happened, right? Like there's been a lot of times where like there's just been things that makes you really happy and it's just like, dang, this feels so familiar, like deja vu, but you don't really know.
Mm.
I would take it, man. I'll take that opportunity. And if my body feels like it's deja vu, that's my sign that like, there might have been this one time that I was enjoying
Mm.
this, whether it was a past life, whether it's transcendence, whatever, so be it. I wouldn't be put it past us that that's something that happens.
You know what's cool
Yes,
is
I would take it.
I always say the same thing. I feel like because you know that it was perfect. So it says you'll be in perfect happiness. So even that year, like to be able to feel what perfect happiness is like. But there's years where I could always say like, man, the summer of '95, or you had those summer or this and that. You can't feel it anymore. You kind of have those little memories. The difference is when you feel it. You feel it in the moment. But when you have the memories, like, no, my body remembers that time was amazing, but I don't feel it anymore. I just remember it, right? So this would be no difference. And I think I never heard anybody say it like you did, but you'll probably have a little bit of deja vu and be like, oh, man. And so I think that's cool. Hold on, my wife is calling me again. What?
Oh, I said hi.
Yes.
All right, while he's on the phone, I will read through the chat a little bit.
I guess the same thing I always get because I don't know anything else to get.
Wow, there's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, there's so much to catch up on, guys.
They don't have a salad.
I do Holt Space VR. Space VR. Okay, I want to hear more about that, Holt.
Okay.
I had McDonald's
If they
earlier,
got
but
salad, give me
Domino's
a salad.
tonight. Domino's is yummy. What's the favorite go to at Mr. Urban World for your Domino's? CGX fans podcast. Okay. Well into clock chain. I don't know what clock chain is, but I love the blockchain. We'll talk about that soon, I'm sure.
I was trying to get fish, man. And
Correction, Burger King. All right. Jalapeno. I met Token a few times in VR. Mr. Urban World's always great catching you. I'm in VR every now and then, but yo, living in Miami, it's hard. I'm always out and about doing stuff. My schedule is just like, all right, I'm doing this, then I'm doing this, then I'm doing this, then I'm doing this. I just recently signed up for bachata classes, and they're like, how many socials do you go to a week? And I'm like, by socials, do you mean like dance socials? They're like, yeah, specifically dance socials. Not that many. They're like, how many would you like to go to? And I'm like, how many are there? And they're like 9 every single week. I'm supposed to go to more than just one. Woo, let's do it. So yeah, there's always things happen. I got into acro yoga lately, so I've been doing acro yoga socials out here. That's a lot of fun. Ultimate frisbee, volleyball, fire spinning. There's something like literally every single day of the week, man. Cowboy, you come down to Miami, you're not gonna want to leave, fam. Jacksonville ain't got nothing on Miami.
I mean, yeah. I stayed in Miami for a bit. Went to the Dolphin Mall and everything. Like, yeah, man. I went to the Cine Bistro and all that. So yeah, I got a little bit of Miami. Went to a club in Miami before, so definitely dabbed in Miami a little bit. And I know Jacksonville is definitely it's not gonna be the party city like that.
And everybody says it's the party city, and I'm like, yes, we do party hardy literally every day. However, if you come here and think that there's only parties going on, you're not in the right communities. You're not paying attention to the right people. There's so much things happening every day. So many people come here and they're like, yo, I don't know how you do it. Miami's too expensive. Every time I come to Miami, I throw thousands of dollars. I'm like, I live here and I don't spend thousands of dollars. I don't know what you're doing wrong, but you can easily get by and have a good time in Miami and not spend that much money.
That's cool. I'll tell you the coolest thing about Miami is one Christmas, I drove down to Tampa, picked my buddy up, and we went to Miami for Christmas, right? And if we was gay, it would have been the coolest date. On Christmas Day, we were sitting at this Brazilian restaurant. had the little outside with I don't know, the little thing above your head or whatever, and just eating dinner on Christmas in the middle of the day, warm weather, wearing wife beaters, just chilling. I was like, bro, this is life. So for so long,
I
I've
live
been
where you
grinding.
vacation. That is the slogan we say out here. We live where y'all vacation.
Bro, so I seen this thing and I screenshot it. I said, I must post this all the time to piss my friends off. But it was something that showed palm trees and stuff, and it said, something like, where I live at, this is what people pay to do, and I do it every day for free. It's something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
Pretty much.
But
No,
I
you're
can't
right.
understand. Bro, we've been planning this for 8 years. It's crazy that 8 years ago, we went to visit my wife friend in Fort Myers, and we was there for 8 days. We loved it. We said, well, when Michaela, because she's the youngest one, when she turns 18, we're going. So I can't believe, bro, she turned 18 last Saturday, bro. So like, yeah, and I got a bunch of people wanting to buy my house. So like, we're like, bro, I told people, if I don't move to Florida, 2 things gonna happen in 2024. I'm either moving to Florida or I'm gonna die. One, bro.
Come on down, bro. But
Bro,
I'm gonna say this for the stream. When that boy starts moving, he's gonna be a ghost. I don't see how you could stream Mr. Consistency.
so many people said that. They was like, bro, you're not gonna be streaming 4 days a week like you do.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
No way in hell, dog. It's way too much going on.
Yeah.
Packing up and then moving and then setting up. Yo, it's a whole like
I will say this.
a month endeavor.
One of the things that I did to make it simpler, my wife and I, so we had plans, right? Got to sell the house. We're going to find a house, buy a house, or rent a house, one or the other. But one of the things that I did was, and part of my plan was to have remote jobs. So it'd be just as simple as I take off work, get down there, as long as the internet's on, then I'm back. So for me, I got my new job back in October. So I work from home. So my wife, she's currently looking for a job right now. So the transition gonna be a little bit smoother because it's not like I'm gonna get there. And plus, our thing is too is I told my wife I don't want to take nothing. I want to move with a suitcase. I don't want to take the TV. I don't want to take the bed. Nothing, bro. I'm just moving with a suitcase, 2 cars. We pull up and then we're just gonna buy everything, and that's how I want to do it. So it's not gonna be a crazy setup. It's just we're gonna pull up. Well, we're gonna sleep on the floor tonight if we don't go buy a air mattress or something or whatever. And then it's like, bam, I'm gonna have my setup. I'm probably gonna have just my room with my setup and my work stuff. But anyway, enough about me. So let me read number 89. Ronan said 89, which is, where would you choose to be if you could place yourself anywhere on a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is hardship, struggle, and extraordinary accomplishments, and a 10 is comfort, peace of mind, no accomplishments. Why and where are you now?
I need to know the middle then because like, sheesh. All right. I want to say, where would I don't see how I could get to all that with no accomplishments. I mean, like, what is your definition of an accomplishment? I will just say the number that just keeps coming in my head is 8.
Okay.
I would have rather a few accomplishments and just more peace of mind, at ease. My main thing is I go with the flow.
Yeah.
I've had a life of just trying to make my flow adapt to other people's wants and needs and this, that, and the third, and I'm over it. I'm gonna do me, and if you want to do what I'm doing, you're more than welcome to join me. If it ain't for you, deuces. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and if you're not happy, yeah.
That's
That
cool.
part.
That's I think that is a great way to be. That's how I've been like the last so many years where like the job I got, I took a pay cut, but I keep saying like money is great, right? But I love a peace of mind. Like I wake up happy, I go to sleep happy. Like I don't have to boss to nobody. That's like it's euphoric that my daughter, last kid, turned 18. My oldest kid just turned 27. So I've been raising kids for 27 years because my youngest daughter, before the new daughter, I had a kid 7 years later. So it's like, damn, I restarted the clock. So for me, It's like, bro, now I can wake up if the phone rings. It ain't gonna be somebody like, oh, well, your daughter did or what? No, I'm not responsible for nobody any longer but me. So, like you said, like, bro. So anyway, so I totally hear what you're saying. So Mr. Urban World picked number 12. So number 12 is going to be, bam. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the body or the mind of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Easy. Give me the brain. I need my brain. Don't touch my brain. I need that in perfect contact all the way till death. As for my body, I already accepted I'm gonna be living in an exoskeleton. I'm down for the cyborg life. I mean, the only thing that I would allow to like touch my brain is Neuralink. Give me that control of like being able to control my computer from my head. I want to get to the point where I could think to you. Like, you still make phone calls? I just think. Let me just think to my wife real quick. You know what I mean?
Dude, have you you know what's crazy you said that? My wife and I just finished a show called The Feed on Amazon Prime. Everything you said is so in the future, pretty much everything is all about AR, right? So you and me talking, instead of us doing like use a device, I would have just sat down in the chair and in our feed, I would have just seen you and me chilling, and people could be, and we'll be streaming it to everybody. Like it was mind blowing, and then it got crazy because a virus happened, and then it was making people kill people, and like so if you use the feed, you was going crazy. So it's like your whole way of life is using, like, the feed was how you talk on the phone, how you do everything, right? And so imagine you have to turn that off. But that's what you, so people was like, no, I'm not turning it off. But you didn't know if you would get the virus. So people was going to sleep like, because if you go to sleep and start twitching, then that means you would have got the virus. Anyway, it was interesting. But so Holt said 88 as doubles, Urban 44. So where the hell did Urban say 44? So anyway, I'm figuring he's saying 88, so we're gonna go with 88. So 88, and then we'll get back to the other stuff. But I'll read this last one. And 88 says, you, your closest friend, and your father are on a vacation together hiking in a remote jungle. Your two companions stumble into a nest of poisonous vipers and are bitten repeatedly. You know that neither will live without an immediate shot of antivenom, yet there is only a single dose of antivenom and it is in your pocket. What do you do?
My dad or my best friend?
Wow.
That is a very difficult decision. I'm pretty certain my dad would yell at me if I were to resuscitate him. So I'm sure I'd have to go with my best friend. Yeah, my dad would be like, "What are you doing? You better go save him. He has more life to live. I done seen the world. I done did everything. I'm chilling. Let me go. This is my time. If this what happened, this what happened. Peace."
That's cool.
I'm the same way.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I would be like you. I would have to. I think I would have to judge the situation. It depends on who the person is. But yeah, I mean, I definitely understand the age part of it. But at the same time, if it's like a knucklehead friend of mine, I'm like, bro, you're just wasting.
Yeah, I'd rather more of my time with my dad than this knucklehead.
Man, like, but yeah. All right, cool. Well, I thank you guys for participating in that part. Bro, let's get right into it. What's the deal with blockchain? What's up with that right now, man? Like,
so
is it still a thing?
Absolutely. That ain't going nowhere. It's just where are we financially compared to where I thought we would be at financially? Not the same, but I thought by now Bitcoin would have been over 100K, but last I checked, we're at like, let me pull it back up. I'll tell you exactly where we at right now.
Okay.
Bitcoin is currently at $62,455.73. I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere on that stream I pulled it up back then and it was probably like 7,000. What was that? 4 years ago? No, not 7,000.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Nah, 3 years ago we were probably at like 20K. Yeah, now we're at like 60K.
Okay.
So, you know, tripled in size over the last 3 years. So you put money into this, 3 years later, your money is 3 times what you put in. You put in $1,000 3 years ago and just forget about it. Right now, it could be $3,000. You know what I mean? I will not stop investing in it. It is volatile, so you know, be wary. I try to think of like this is not money I'm ever gonna see again. But when it hits the really high and it's like, yo, I'm ready to take my earnings. You do what you gotta do. Take your earnings, and it feels good, especially when you buy a house.
That's dope. Urban, you got a question? Hold up. He said, I gave up on crypto when a friend told me not to invest into ETH when it was around $9. Now it's over $1,000, and after Dogecoin, it did nothing for me.
So yeah, your friend screwed up by telling you not to buy ETH. They were trying to get you to buy Bitcoin over ETH, which is it's fine. I definitely would have said to buy both of them, even if Bitcoin's really, $63,000 now. Oh man, it's too expensive. Everybody that always tells me it's too expensive, I keep trying to tell them, stop looking at it as you have to buy an entire Bitcoin at $62,000. Like I said, you could put in $1,000 now, and who knows, in another 3 years, it could be $180,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
so you're saying that from 3 years ago to now, it's not where you thought it would be, but it also is still better than where it was, right?
I thought it would be at 100K right now. We're at 62K.
Okay.
We were at like under 20K when we did that stream.
Okay.
If you had watched that stream and say, yo, I'm going to go buy some Bitcoin, you would have tripled that money if you didn't touch it. If you then bought while it was low, sold while it was high, bought more while it was low, sold more when it was high, kept doing the zigzag all the way up, you could be chilling on hundreds of thousands of dollars right now.
Right.
If you played it right, that's a fun little game that you can buy low, sell high, up and down the chart, all the way up to 60K.
Are there penalties to take out?
Penalties, it really just depends on how you do it, on what you're doing specifically. But yeah, you're talking about fees, you're talking about taxes. So as long as you know what you're doing and how you're doing it, it's feasible. I have gotten to the point where I was annoyed of all of that, so I kind of just buy and let it sit there and don't really touch it until I'm ready.
Just wait to that big, right?
Once it gets to the point where it's just like, that's when it's like, all right, I'm gonna pull out right now before it goes.
Yeah, Urban said he think he might try to get back into it.
I'm never gonna say a bad decision. It's just a matter of making sure you are getting in. Like I said, buy low, sell high, my friends.
Yeah. Darth Kermit, what's up, Darth Kermit? He said, buy crypto. I can't time the market. I just buy and hold. Kind of like
that's it. Yeah, just buy. If you can't time it, you can't read charts whatsoever. You don't want to look into all of that. You don't want to research RMA and none of that. That's fine. Just buy, forget about it. Buy some more, forget about it. Buy some more, forget about it. Buy some more. Shoot, on Cash App, you can go in and just do a little $10 recurring thing every paycheck. Just let that keep doing its thing over and over. 10 years from now, you'll be thanking yourself. Just don't touch it.
Yeah, Darth Kermit said, he said, there are no, like you said, he said, there are no penalties for taking out, but there is taxes. Under 12 months, taxes are like 30% or so. Over 12 months, it's like 15%.
Pretty much. So do that every single time for every single transaction over and over. Yeah, if you're doing a lot of transactions like I was doing, it gets a little annoying. So I'd rather, I mean, there's a lot of computerized things that could help with it. I'm sure I could get an AI that'll make it a lot easier for me nowadays. But like I said, it's just easier to just throw it in there and forget about it.
So, Token, I will say my wife brought my food. She got me Arby's And she got me a sandwich, the roast, the beef and cheddar, and she got me what I love, the jalapeno poppers and Bronco berry sauce. Now, I'm gonna take a little bite to eat as we're chatting, so that everybody knows me. I'm nothing super professional here. I was just doing spin kicks. But what I gotta ask you is what I would like to know, and I don't know if I asked you back then, because if I did, I probably forgot. What does your name mean? Token Gamer.
Oh, so I was looking for something that wouldn't be my name. But a lot of times I was just that token black kid where it's just like, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm Jamaican. One love, rocking my Jamaican colors. So how's that token family member? On my dad's side, everybody's super dark. On my mom's side, everybody's super white. So I'm always that one that was just in the middle, just light skinned enough. Growing up in elementary school and middle school, I remember the most. It's just sucked. Go to hang out with the white kids, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're really black." What are you talking about? And then hang out with black kids, and they're just like, "Man, you too white for us." And I'm like, "What?" Just the things that I do, my mannerisms, stuff like that, just always kind of got put in a place, and I hated it. I'm just like, why can't I just be me? So I don't know. I utilize that as token also because I'm into crypto and all of the different coins are different tokens, and I'm a gamer. So that's why I went with token gamer. I still utilize that for gaming, but for anybody that is watching this from one of my other chats, I also go now by token beast for anybody that is into the not safe for work scene.
Well, definitely use that. That worked out. How token was like you was the token person, but then token is like a coin. That's what you call foresight.
Yep, double entendre, my friend. I was like, you know what? It works for both meanings. It's me. I'm the token gamer. I'm the token beast. I go by my lion persona. Do what I gotta do.
I gotta let me see. And again, if you guys got any questions, make sure you bring them up. Now let me see. Crypto is now banned in 19 countries, which is crazy. He said they're really trying to stop it. Let me see. Same token. It was to grow up with white and black kids growing up as a light-skinned guy. It was funny because I'm Jamaican also, and so but where I grew up, it was predominantly black people, and it's pretty ghetto. But so I felt bad when white people was in the area because I felt bad for them. But they was the tokens. But yeah, it was definitely a divide with light-skinned black people, and it was always like, oh, But anyway, let me ask you this: you mentioned PlayStation a lot. I noticed that, and you didn't make as many examples with Xbox. So what I had on here earlier, which is cool. What's your favorite platform? Like, what's your primary platform these days?
My roommate has a PS5, so I will mainly. I mean, I'm not gonna play the PS5. There's a PS5 in the house. I don't got a Series X. I still got my Xbox One, but like Xbox One, PS5. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I get on the Xbox every now and then and go play like older games that I really cared for. Star Wars, Battlefront 2. I still try to get on every now and then, and Age of Empires is on Xbox, so I've been playing that. Me and my friends still go to and play Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. I'm sure when Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 comes out, we're probably gonna have that on PS5 now. I think about it, forget it. It just really depends. I mean, with Xbox kind of focusing on the cloud and like now I could stream games directly into my headset. I'm just like, yo, if I ever get to a point where I have too many PlayStation games beaten and like not enough content for me on PlayStation, cool. I could just jump on the Xbox cloud and like play a bunch of games in my headset and whatever, or on my computer, on the TV. Like, I'm for that. So I like, bouncing between services like Netflix, Crunchyroll, YouTube, this, that, and the third. I don't stay to just one platform. Whatever I'm in the mood for at that given month, I'll cut off everything else and just use this one service. Right now, for me, it's mainly Crunchyroll.
So you don't really have a preference. It's just kind
I
of,
don't think I have a
it just so
preference.
happens you got a PlayStation 5, so why not, right?
Exactly.
What about Nintendo? Are you a Nintendo fan? Do you have any gripes with Nintendo that they still, the Switch is kind of like, older tech? Like
Pretty much. I'm excited to see the Switch 2 whenever that drops, if it really is that much better. But like, still, PS5 or Switch 2? I'm pretty certain my answer is still gonna be PS5. We'll
Right.
see. But do I have any gripes with it? No, I have my Switch out there. I do still play Smash pretty much daily.
Right.
Yeah, if I'm, I got a couple minutes before bed, I'm not that tired. Let me jump on Smash real quick and get a couple rounds in and go to bed. I still get together with my homies if some of them are in the stream. Dope. We get together every like once a month and get a Smash tournament. I've kind of been AWOL the last 2 or 3 months, just really focus on growing my Miami community. It's great, seeing you guys on the stream
Right.
and coming out and being there, but it's also really great to be in the community, connecting with
That's
people,
cool. That's cool.
being social, always going out. I really got to a point where like I'd go to some events and you could see like who are the popular kids at the events, and like everybody knew those people. So I was like, I could see that being me. And like I'm definitely almost there. Like most events I go to, like I used to go to events and like walk in and like immediately go say hi to people that I knew. Now I'm like, nah. I just get to an event and I'll just be like, hey, you want to do some acro? Sure. I'll do acro real quick, stretch basically, put them down, and then everybody just starts coming to me and I make friends that way.
That's dope. Herman said you got to put those tokens in the arcade machine.
Facts. I still believe in crypto gaming, blockchain gaming. I can still see where we're going to be holding NFTs and stuff like that. So like virtual reality guns and stuff like that. I could be able to say like, I own this specific gun. I got this many kills with this gun. I'll sell it to you for $1,000 and stuff like that in the virtual game.
So that's where I wanted to go next, because you were super big on blockchain gaming. I mean, your channel was blockchain universe, and he said you need to convince me to invest in something. I just right now, when I moved to Florida, then things would change. I just know my life is like, first of all, I got to sell my house and see what's going to happen. Right, my money isn't my money. I don't want to say spoken for, but I don't know right now. So when I move, get the house settled. I mean, we're thinking about just because Florida houses are so much cheaper where we're looking than our house, right? So I only owe $140 on my house now. I just got a thing in the mail. I actually took a picture to show Urban, but the mortgage was valuing the house at $340, right? So right there, I mean, they got to get it appraised, obviously, but at the end of the day, I might walk away with close to two something, right? So my wife been looking at houses in Jacksonville for like 140, 150, 160, 170 at the highest. So we're like, yo, why don't we just buy it outright, have no mortgage at, I'm not that old, but it'd be cool to be like, oh, wow. So right now I wouldn't even think of investing in something because I don't know what I'm going to have to do with my money, right? So why invest now at the pinnacle of, am I going to buy? Am I going to have to pull extra out for this or that? You know what I'm saying? Like, plus we plan on moving with suitcases. That means buying all new furniture. Why would I take money that I might just need? Now I get investing this for the future, but I'm going to need that now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
focus on what you need now. Once you got what you need now and you're ready to start building up for the future again, that's when I would say, like, let's talk. And, if there's ideas and things that you want to invest in, absolutely. Do I speak Spanish? Absolutely not. I see people talking in there about Spanish. Good luck. It's tough being in Miami and not being Spanish speaker. Everything North Miami, they speak English everywhere. Anytime somebody sends me an address to something and it's south of Flagler, oh, crap. It's like going past the equator, man. They don't speak English at all.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But I enjoy it. Some people would take you for Spanish.
Nah.
When I was younger, and I had hair, my hair was curly, and people always thought I was Spanish. I'm like, because I'm light skinned, like
pretty much
a little T. So yeah, people always thought I was Spanish. But
I've gotten Dominican a few times, but no, I'm not Spanish at all. I don't got an ounce of Spanish in me. I could barely understand. Un poquito.
So I want to just dive into this because it sounds cool. Just kind of tell us a little bit about blockchain gaming. Like explain it. Like what you said was cool. Imagine having a gun that got like bodied like 33,000 people, and you sell that gun in the game, in the virtual world, because that gun itself in the hands of certain people killed so many people. That, just think it as like, wait, what? That's a cool concept. And the thing is, when people get mad at NFTs, I'm like, I think it's kind of cool in a way, because imagine having a game, well, how you explained it to me years ago, having a game where it's not just stuck in one game, but you could buy an item in one game and take it to another game. And that's like, but even in one game, it's still kind of like, this is the only one of its kind. And you could take it from a character to character, but it's the only one. So it has great value because it's the only one. So I don't know, that sounds cool to me, but I know NFTs get a bad rep because people feel like what can happen? Like, oh, they may take this concept and abuse it. But I feel like, man, you know, technology, we have
Everything's a double-edged sword, man.
Yeah, and you can, and like, I can imagine, I'm gonna say this, I can imagine the evil that happened when they was trying to make the microwave. Like, let's just be honest. There's probably some pretty messed up stuff happened trying to create a microwave. But here we are. So, but just break down blockchain gaming for the people who probably never heard of it. And, you know, just give a couple examples. Like the gun thing was just like, that blew my mind. You know, saying that as a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess before I even break down blockchain gaming, for those that don't know what blockchain is, I'll start there. Think of literally a block tied together with other blocks via a chain, the blockchain. But what you put on that block is grind in stone. It, like, whatever I put there, it's gonna be there forever. That's how the blockchain essentially works. Just, you know, dumbing it down very easily. With a bunch of code and technology, just basically a bunch of computers are verifying information and creating what we call a ledger. And basically, first computer to mine the block will then be rewarded with that token, Bitcoin for most examples. And then with that, you could then be able to validate you know, that block of transactions. Let's say there's 100 transactions on this block. Now a new block is started, and all of the transactions that are being done, if I trade this gun to you, if this person trades this car to them, if this person wants to buy this virtual car, and you know, the blockchain version equivalent of Forza, whatever have you, you could be able to trade your assets that way, and it's in grind in stone. Think of, you know, your pink slip and stuff like that. You know, when you have a car, you could be able to pass around the pink slip, and it goes via multiple owners. And sometimes you kind of see a history as to, you know, who owned this car type of thing. Imagine doing that for everything you own. How many, you know, here's the history of the ledger of this house that I bought. Here's the ledger of this car that I drove in this game. Here's the ledger of this. Everything would have its blockchain that you could be able to validate and be able to say, let me make sure this is real quick and you're not selling me on a scam. And you can literally just pull up the history on it. Unfortunately, a lot of people utilize that technology for scams, scamming people with, you know, crap. Hey, this is gonna hit the moon. We're going to $1 million. You got to buy into it, and people buy into it and then realize it's not worth shit. So don't get scammed. Make sure you know what you're buying. You know, make sure you know what you're getting into. I wish that I could say that there's like a dedicated blockchain game that I would say, yo, you got to go try. But just how it's been a struggle for virtual reality to really take off, just how it's been a struggle for stream gaming. I mean, thankfully, PlayStation and Xbox are getting into stream gamings, but like cloud gaming still isn't to the point where it's like mainstream. Everybody's walking around with their cloud gaming consoles on their phone or streaming games from their phone or whatever. It's still a niche thing. Same thing with blockchain gaming. It's a very small niche community that's trading assets across. Pulled up dapradar.com right now just so I could take a look at what's even at the top right now. I haven't even been paying attention over the last year. Looks like the top game right now is Pixels. If you want to pull it up on the screen so other people can look at it, it's DAP, D-A-P-P.
Yeah, so the way this thing goes, if you you see where it says streamed and private by the chat, If you look up in the upper right-hand corner,
Okay. I see
you could
chat.
you could
I
hit
see
private,
private.
and you
Okay.
could
I
just
see
drop a link in there,
community.
and I could click on the link and stream it. Or anything on your screen, if you look at the bottom of the screen, it says share. You could click on the share button, and you could share your screen.
I don't feel like sharing my screen. Just pull up. Just click on that link and click on what was it? Games,
Right.
and it'll show you all the blockchain games. So D is for decentralized. App is for applications, and this is just a radar of all of the different decentralized applications. We're going to look specifically at the gaming category, but you got games, DeFi, which is
All
decentralized
right, so
finance.
just explain to
From
me.
there, click on the blue button to explore dApps.
Okay.
And then at the top, you'll see the gaming list, games.
Games.
At the top. Oh, that works too. It doesn't matter. Same thing. So now that's the same thing. Now you're looking at the list of all the decentralized applications that are out there that are gaming specific. Ronin's probably one of the top platforms right now, and Pixels is the top game on Ronin. So, Mr. Urban World, you're saying your friend was telling you to buy ETH back when it was like $9. Had you bought a bunch of ETH at $9, say you threw $100 into it, you'd have had about 10 or so Ethereum. Yeah, you could have been able to, kill it in this game with a lot of money. Unfortunately, a lot of these games, it's like the more money you have, the more you can like hustle the system essentially. A lot of these games are trying to figure a good way to balance it so it doesn't matter how much money you have. I'm sure there are a lot of games that are doing it now. I just haven't really been doing my research. I've just been living my best life. But yeah, man, this is a list where you can kind of pay attention. I have it saved on my phone, so I kind of just pull this list up every month or so and see like what games are at the top and take a look at it real quick for a couple minutes and oh, all right, this is where we are now. I still don't feel like blockchain if I was to equate it to kind of the same pattern that all these other platforms, if you will, cloud gaming, mobile gaming, like how many people play mobile games on their phone? Sure, it's a huge market. Yeah, your grandma might be playing Angry Birds still, but like how many people really play mobile games compared to actual gaming? So
Well,
I mean
technically, they said
huh?
mobile gaming actually makes the most amount of money out of gaming.
I'm
Because
not surprised.
a lot of people keep like Candy Crush, they spend actual money, so they get games for free, but then they get nickel and dime, like, oh, you gotta wait 20 minutes to play again. They're like,
Mhm.
So I don't know if that's an unfair like advantage or comparison, but either way, that's what apparently
No,
that's.
I agree. I'm thinking more not in terms of who makes more money, but in terms of how many regular people are utilizing that platform. I
Right.
don't know that many people that are playing, top of the line mobile games. Sure, you might have people that play like quick little arcade games that, like you said, make a little money off of it, but nothing that's like, yo, this is the top of the line, best
Well, I think
graphical fidelity mobile game that I've ever seen.
well, I think when Warzone for mobile just came out not that long ago,
Did
last
not know
year.
it's on mobile now.
Yeah. That came out last year. That was a big deal. And then when PUBG often, I think PUBG is probably bigger on mobile than it is on actual consoles. And then
Interesting.
Genshin Impact is a huge deal on mobile as well. So those three games specifically, I know do amazingly well.
I'm shocked but Fortnite hasn't gone mobile. I remember they were at one time, but I'm surprised they haven't gone back by now.
um, I'm pretty sure you still can play Fortnite on mobile. Here, let's go.
Nah, that's not an app store no more.
No, they never brought it back.
Never brought it back. And then what's another one a lot of people play? Apex. I was expecting that to go to mobile as well, but
That
just
is on mobile.
processing power. Is Apex on
Yeah.
mobile now?
They came to
Get
mobile.
out. And
Yeah.
then yeah, like Ronan said, you can use like for Game Pass to play Fortnite on a phone. So cloud gaming. I think cloud gaming will surpass mobile gaming in terms of people utilizing it, but we're not there yet.
Oh yeah, we're really not there yet because we gotta wait for the internet to get better.
Exactly where I was going with it next. As the internet's still getting better and better, I know Microsoft, Google has Google Fiber now, pushing like 8 gigabits internet speed. I got Comcast trying to keep trying to sell me on a 1 gigabit internet speed and internet connection. It's growing. It's getting faster and faster. Once we get to a point where pretty much everybody has fast internet, I can see where we'll get to a mainstream market
And you know
for.
what's crazy is I got Comcast and I do got the gigabit speed. That's funny.
Nice.
Yeah,
How
they
is it?
actually upped it to 1200 just for free. But technically, I feel like my thing went up like $15 a month. So was it really free?
Do you actually hit a gig? Because
No.
that's the only reason why I didn't do it. I never hit a
You know what
gig
the
with
problem is?
Comcast.
Every time I do an internet a speed test, yo, I'm not even getting close. And they always tell you, well, it's because everybody in the area. I'm like, bro, I'm paying for this. I feel like I should just downgrade because I'm always getting like
That's what I
300,
did.
probably
That's exactly what I did.
600, and it's
But
like,
even when you downgrade, it also downgrades with that.
well,
So
that's
if you're
the
paying for the 12, you might get 8. If you pay for the 8, you might get 6 or 7.
right.
You know what I mean? At 6 or 7, I ain't complaining.
Yeah,
So
so
I
we got
dropped down to the $80 package.
so many people is in my house. I couldn't do it, but once I move, then yeah, that'd be a different story.
I got a lot of people too. It worked. It ain't a problem. Then again, you stream a lot more than I do, so I could see where it makes more sense to have that for streaming purposes. Since I stopped streaming and my roommate was here streaming as well, that's when we had the gig. But then after we both, after he left and I don't have anybody here streaming like that anymore, I didn't see the point in having the gig anymore and downgraded, and I don't regret it. The internet hasn't
So
slacked at
my
all.
son is still here. He play games. My stepson is here. He play games. We got my daughter and my wife's daughter. They're always on their phones or a laptop or something. My wife is always on her internet. Yeah, it's a lot of people in here. But now, let me ask you this, man. So you are a token gamer. So let me ask you about a little bit of games. What's your current favorite game? What is Token Gamer currently playing the most? What can Token Gamer?
The most has to go to Smash. That's not a question.
Okay.
But outside of Smash,
Okay.
since the roommate got the PS5, this year alone, because he moved in he got here like January-ish, he brought the PS5. So I want to say right as soon as he brought the PS5, I immediately got Hogwarts on it and went ham on Hogwarts. Finished that and got Spider-Man 2. No, I think I already had Spider-Man 2. I went back and finished it and probably replayed it. And then after Spider-Man 2, I feel like there's another game I'm missing. Oh, I played Guardians of the Galaxy. That was fun. I had enjoyed that one. After Guardians of the Galaxy, I played Jedi Survivor. I had a lot of fun on that one. What's some other games that I played? Drawing a blank. Gotham Knights, went ham on that.
Yeah.
Right now, I started playing Suicide Squad. I got into a whole group chat of people that were playing Suicide Squad, and then like I got really busy. There was just a bunch of events, and when I went back and tried to go play with everybody before Joker came out, everybody had already beat the game and were like not really down to play it as much. And I'm like, I don't want to jump straight into the Joker, and I haven't finished the game yet. So it all comes down to me like basically finishing the game by myself now, which is not a problem. It's just like after a long day in Miami, I come home. Do I want to play Suicide Squad or a quick round of Smash and go to bed? I haven't gotten back on Suicide Squad yet, but I'll make time for it.
Yeah, that game got killed in the media, man. But they was not forgiven about the game. But all right, cool, man. I was curious to what you were playing. Now, what's your favorite genre of games? Like I know you playing Smash a lot, but and don't get mad at me, but I still don't put Smash in the category as a fighting game, but whatever. But you're like, are you a fighting game fan? Excuse me, are you like an action adventure? Are you a puzzle guy? Like, if you had to have your favorite genre of gaming.
I I'm too much of a switch, man. I don't stay to one thing other than Smash. I
Okay.
do consider Smash a fighting game just because of the skills and timing that it takes. Yes, yes. I don't want to hear it. Just the timing, the skills. It's a lot. It's super competitive. Outside of Smash though, I want to say real time strategy. I really love playing like Humankind and
Age
Civ
of Empires.
6 and Age of Empires, all those type of games. Um, Outside of that, let's say first person shooters. If I'm not playing any of those, my boy said, "Boo, Smash is not a fighter." Whatever. Hating.
Power Rangers
Uh,
greater than that.
Nah, man. When you got eight people fighting in the same fighting game, then let's talk to me. I've done 8 player Smash, and
Look,
that's just an
Smash,
experience, dog.
Smash is a party game. It's not a fighting game.
Sure, if that's a category, sure. I mess with the party game then, but it's a very skilled party game. Like,
Right, right.
don't get it twisted. Like, I got blisters over Smash. Okay,
Hey, I remember having blisters over Mario Party. I remember I used to
you
swing.
feel me?
I had a thing dug into my hand.
Callous.
Like,
I get you. Yeah, Smash Bros is lit. I like that game. Will take up your time if you decide to go in on it. But if you're just, oh, I want to play Smash. Oh, I got wrecked. I don't care to play this no more. Then you're not a fighter. You're not really about it. It's okay. But like once you really get into it and you understand the your character and all the other characters, then why did Smash got extinct then in tournaments? Who said Smash got extinct in tournaments? What you mean?
yeah, I don't know. I don't follow it, so I wouldn't know.
All
Just
right, Urban World. I'll see you in Smash any day, sir. You ain't ready for my Kirby.
yeah, I'm not messing with y'all in Smash.
I
Bloody Roar. That was the game.
don't know. I don't even know Buddy or.
Yeah, that was, dude. That was when it was on PlayStation first, but that's when like one guy was the Yugo. He would turn into a wolf. So you're a regular fighter, and then you could just change. So one dude turned to a wolf, and then you had like different moves when you transform. One dude was a lion. One dude was a mole. Well, a girl was like a rabbit. Yeah, Bloody Roar was dope.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. I see Mr. Was it Urban? No, it was. Damn, chat's moving fast. Ronan Storm was saying that it got like removed from one of the biggest streamers that was streaming Smash. I
No.
mean that was doing Smash tournaments. Yeah. I mean, there's Smash. This version of Smash. I mean, if you're just talking about the Switch version, sure, but like this version of Smash has technically been the same version of Smash since the Wii U version of Smash. It's kind of just an extension.
Isn't it?
So
Isn't that like with all the Nintendo games?
essentially, so I mean, yeah, you're talking about that game's almost a decade old now. I'm not surprised that they've finally moved on to other games and whatnot, and giving other games a chance. So I'm not mad at it. I'm sure if and whenever they make the next version of Smash, that'll be right back at the top as one of the main tournaments. But are there thousands of other tournaments that you can constantly go to? I see tournaments around here in Miami constantly for Smash tournaments and getting people going. Don't you play Smash here? Go check this out.
So hold up, let's do this just for the stream. And if you guys got any trailers and stuff, we could pull them up. But check this out. I'm gonna go a blast from the past. This is Bloody Roar 4.
Wow. You know it's over. Look at the. Woo! Woo! What is this? PS2? PS3. Oh. Hockey. UFO. I miss it. Camping out there. Tribal. Mana. Any. Pretty cool. Great.
I wonder did they
Oh,
realize
look,
when the names come across the screen you barely could see. But
Looks fun. It looks like an interesting game. I wish I had caught it. It was definitely looks like that would have been a blast in the past.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Definitely gives me Tekken vibes.
Well, you know what's crazy? So on Tekken, when they brought out the guy, he was Heihachi's son. I always felt like the way he fight, I'm like, bro, he fight like a bloody warcraft. He's doing all these flips and spins.
I can barely hear you over the video, man. I was struggling so hard to comprehend.
Yeah, I turned it down, but all right. So yeah, in Tekken, when they added the one dude, that's Heihachi's son, what the hell is his name? But he has some crazy moves, and I was always like, bro, he fight like he should be in Bloody Roar, like the style and the fighting he's doing or whatever. But yeah, that was definitely a dope game, Blast from the Past. Let me see. So let me ask you this, man. I'm running out of my questions, so this is cool. Do you watch anime? I was curious about
All
that.
the time.
I'm not an anime guy, but I was curious because I know some people who watch the show is an anime fan. So are you an anime fan?
Like I said, my main streaming service right now is Crunchyroll. Every night after Smash, I go watch Crunchyroll to bed. Um, Most recent animes that I'm watching, I would definitely say, yo, if you're not into anime like that, but you want to give it a try, Solo Leveling. It's 12 episodes. I want to say, my roommate, I got him to sit down and watch it with me. I'm like, Doug, just watch this. Give it 3 episodes straight. Don't get up. Don't do nothing. Put your phone down. Just watch 3 episodes. Just give it a chance. He's like,
Hmm.
all right, episode one. Episode one ended. I'm like, hey, Google next episode. Next episode two comes on. I purposely didn't say anything by the end of episode two. Homeboy immediately was like, next episode. I'm like, oh, he's interested. By the end of episode three, he's like, yo, I can't even go to bed. Play the next one. I'm like, yep, you're hooked. You're hooked. You're not done now. It's such a good show. Outside of Solo Leveling, that season's over now. I can't wait for the next one. Kaiju number 8 is popping right now. Spy Family is another good one. The movie was out. I just saw it last week. Super excited for. Whoa, it might be today, isn't something's coming out. Something's coming out soon. Let me pull up my anime list. Demon Slayer's coming back on in 5 days. Okay, the 12th. All right, not yet. What else? My Hero Academia. Yeah, there's a bunch of animes that got my interest, but I only have but so much time to like bachata. I want to learn salsa. I want to learn zouk. I'm learning fire spinning. Give me all the swords. I do this like lightsaber fencing group. Like I said, I do acro now. That's been a lot of fun. We get together regularly.
Wait,
Frisbee
now
on
what is
Sundays.
acro?
Acro yoga. It's like acrobatic yoga.
Oh,
So much fun. Like I said, I just go some places now and just go up to a girl and be like, "Hey, would you like to do some acro?" What is that? Just follow me. I just lay down on the floor, put your hands up, legs up, and just girls kind of like lay their pelvis on your feet and kind of just fall on you, and you catch them with your hands and hold them up in the air. Release your hands when you're ready, and now you're a bird. And I just take it from there. And there's a whole bunch of positions you could go into, and it just looks like they're doing all sorts of fun acrobatic stuff. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great stretch for the girl. It's great for the guy as a base or whatever. I switch roles sometimes. I'll fly sometimes. I actually tried last Sunday for the first time. I let one of my homies base me, and I went up on his shoulders. He's already 6'4". I'm 6'3". So me getting up on his shoulders and standing up, you're talking about I was like 12'7" in the air, and I'm just like, yo, this is too tall. I mean, this is cool and all, but like, put me down. I don't like being this high up off the ground like that.
you know what's crazy? I never realized you was that tall.
Yeah, I'm 6'3".
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I do a lot of fun stuff in Miami, and then like there's parties literally every week, and then when there's festivals, man, I was working Ultra and Factory Town's like another big club down here that's not too far from my house. So I remember I had gotten off of my day job from 9 to 6, got out of work, ran to Factory Town, was there from 7 till 7 o'clock in the morning, went to sleep at like 8ish, 9ish, woke up at like 2 or 3, got a few things done, got ready, took a quick nap, woke back up at like 6ish, went to Factory Town again, there from 7 to like 8 or 9 the next morning. It was just back to back to back. Ultra the last day, partied it up. And then I remember I left Ultra and went to go hang out with you know how we had the Stadia community. I really was yearning for not just a community online, but I have my virtual reality community as well. But I really wanted that community in person, and like where I was at before, there's a lot of people and whatnot, but there wasn't really like that many community environment that I could find easily, I guess. Ended up running into a friend who had told me to go check out this naked event. It was like a naked dinner. I was just like, I'm sorry, what? You eat dinner naked? I went to Japan and like they had like a naked bathhouse. So like nudism is whatever to me. So I was like, yo, I'm down to go eat dinner and hang out with a bunch of people naked. So I went and checked it out. Had a great time. Met some people that were starting this community called House of Jack. Shout out to my House of Jack people watching this. Yeah, basically we got together and started doing kind of BDSM kink parties. And shibari is another thing that got my interest when I got in that space. So anybody that wants to check that out, it's the art of like utilizing rope to tie your submissive up and do all sorts of cool stuff. Floggers, whips, all that type of thing got my interest now. If anybody's watched like 50 Shades of Grey, yeah, that's a really interesting world that I once I found it, I was just like, oh.
You know what's funny is you say all that, and I said to my wife, I said, hey, you want to just do the stream next week? I mean, on Thursday. She's like, why? So every Tuesday we do adult game night, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot to the world, right? That might not be everything I talk about that's in my life, but a lot of what you're saying, I'm like, yeah, right. So it's cool that you're an adult, right? Once you're over 18, well, you're an adult, right? So it's kind of like there's other interests that like some people would be like, wait, what? Like when you just said like, oh, they went to the thing and it was naked. I was like, I mean, dude, it's like, you know what I'm saying? But some people would be like, what? So it's just cool how you were just like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot I could talk about, you know what I mean, on that front.
Absolutely.
So it's just cool to see when a person is just okay with their sexuality. It's like, they're like, you don't have to be like, I'm not gay, bro. Or what everybody say, they be like, pause or Diddy, no, bro, I don't need to say that. I know who I am. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. I'm not looking at your junk. Don't look at mine. Everybody's just
like
there to have a good
my
time.
neighbor said something the other day. We went to the movies and she said something, and I said about like, oh well, if you're a guy, and another guy said a compliment is a compliment. I've been to.
Right.
I had a friend of mine who was gay, and I used to go to gay clubs with him, and a gay
Same.
guy who hit on me. I was like,
Same.
I know I'm not gay, but it's still a compliment. At the end of the day, like,
I take it.
you know what I mean, cool,
Much
bro.
appreciated. I'm with you, dog. I got no problem with it. Shout out to all my LGBT friends. I will say that I have joined that community. Not guys or anything like that, but I after my last relationship ended, kind of ended in a polyamorous way, and ended up choosing to just let me explore the polyamorous world more. And like I said, after like some of those naked dinners, I ended up making a connection that was also poly. It's like, oh, I'm poly, you're poly, cool. So we were connecting, and that really grew and went from one partner to multiple partners now, and even a polycule where it's like multiple, all of us kind of get together and spend time together, go on dates together, and kind of like switch and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I see that Mr. Urban World threw in the chat. Wait, you went to Japan? Yeah, I went to Japan in '06. Where's the? I have like a picture that I don't know where it is right now that I would have put up in here. Damn, I don't remember where I put it. It's a really cool picture that I have. I don't remember where I put it. That's like me in Japan in class with like a bunch of these kids. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, that's where I got really into the naked world, was like my homestay family when I was like 13 is like, oh, we're going to a naked bathhouse. I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, you got to get naked. I was like, okay. So I left my boxers on, and they're like, no, you got to take it off. I was like, all right, whatever. Dropped the trousers, walked in there. Yo, it was like the best experience I ever had, aside from all the Japanese guys looking at me going, "Oh, so big." I was dying. But outside of that, yeah, no, man, they had like a spa room, they had a steam room, they had a sauna. They had, my favorite was like, it was a bunch of bamboo, and it had like water trickling down. So like you just lay on the bamboo bed and the water's trickling down your back. Yo, within like 4 minutes, I fell asleep. I don't know what happened. Woke back up and I was like, how long have I been sitting here? They're like 30 minutes. I was like, yo, I felt like I got a good 8 hours of sleep sitting on a bamboo bed. And I'm like, it's like there's no padding. Like you would have thought that this isn't comfy. Nah, yo, I knocked out. It felt so good. Um, yeah, they had like massage therapists there and all sorts of stuff. Like after that, I was like, yo, I need some more of this in my life. So like even with my house, I've been trying to like finagle my budget to be able to. I got a massage table. I'm trying to get my steam room. I would like to get a sauna and a hot tub and just be able to
So
like
that the thing is, me, I'm a hot tub guy, man. So when me and my ex-wife bought this house in 2009, and so when we first got it, it was like a little yellow tub. So before we was able to move in, we had to do all this stuff to get the OC to move in, right? So she was like, "Oh man, that tub, I don't like the way it looked," but I had already seen. We went to like one of these markets, and I remember walking by like, "Oh, we're about to close our house." And it was like all of these big jacuzzi tubs. And I was like, so when she said that, my brain was like, so I literally was like, well, if you don't want it. So I went to Lowe's and I went to the place and the guy was like, yeah, you could buy your own and we'll install it. I went to Lowe's and made sure I bought the biggest, like one you could put in it that actually is like an actual tub. You know what I mean? That you can put in. And yeah, so like we every so often, even when her and I got a divorce and I was single, I used to do I call the hot tub moment. Girls come over, like, yo, I'm trying to have a hot tub moment. We just chill. So even now, me and my wife, like every so often, we'll throw bubbles and whatnot, and we just like wintertime, we'll have our phones in there, and I got the big phone, and we just be sitting there watching. We got the little setup, and we be in there watching shows, just sitting in the hot tub. So I love.
Right here with you, dog. Right here with you, dog. You got the same one, dog.
You got the red one.
That's my color, guys. Red is my color. If you can't tell, I got a red motorcycle. Red is my life right now. Red chair.
Hey, bro,
we probably got the same chair. No, yours don't got the label.
Earlier. Yeah, yo, that's wild. Yo, you got the same one. Yeah, so yeah, but yeah, so yeah, man, I love nothing like relaxing, man. Damn, that's cool. All right, let me ask you this. One last thing I have for you, and then we could go into a free for all. You could bring up anything we didn't get to that you may want to bring up. But do you watch any shows? Like I mentioned the anime, but is there any like shows that you watch that you want to recommend to anybody? Or do you not have time for that with all the dancing and the acrobatics and the
big facts? What shows am I watching? Right now I'm watching so I will recommend, there's an app that I was like, whenever people ask me these questions, like what shows are you watching? I can't think. So I found this one app called Series Guide. Okay. And it keeps track of all your shows. It lets you know when the next episodes drop in, all that type of stuff. I can like see what my friends are watching, stuff like that. Is there a way for me to like share my profile so y'all can follow me? I don't know. Oh, so on there, it looks like I go by JROME128. So if you want to follow me on Series Guide, you can see all the different shows I'm watching. I'll just run through the list. It has all my anime and my other shows, and like it tells you what streaming platforms they're on, this, that, and the third. Alice in Borderland, Bel Air, Black Clover, Bull Fury, Flashpoint, Game of Thrones, House of Dragons. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Jujutsu Kaisen, Money Heist, My Hero Academia, Rick and Morty, Spy Family, Squid Game, Star Trek, Discovery, Star Trek Picker. There's a whole bunch of Star Treks. I'm just not gonna go through all the Star Trek. The Crown, got a High School, Queen's Gambit, Three's Company, Vinland Saga. Yo, there's more, but I did not put all my shows in here.
Cool.
But
yeah. So a lot of stuff you mentioned, Urban. So Urban is kind of cool. He's been he's like my show my show tour guide. And so he'll always come up with like, bro, you gotta watch this. And like I'll just watch it because he mentioned it. Now he did have one show where he dropped the ball. Because usually the shows he like, bro, you gotta watch it. I'm like, oh, this is really good, right? Like it might be different or whatever. Like Alice in Borderlands, he's told me about that.
That was fire.
You know, All of Us Are Dead. Like there's a bunch of stuff he introduced me to, but he introduced me to Delete. And I was like, bro, Delete isn't your normal banger. Delete was good, but it's not like your banger where I'm like, oh, this was cool. But so Urban is like a lot of stuff you said. I've heard him mention some stuff that I just haven't got to yet. But my wife and I, we're weird. Like not weird, but I think it's fun. Like last weekend we just looked on Netflix and was like, let's just watch a bunch of trailers, and we're gonna pick 4 shows we want to watch, and then we're gonna decide one of those. And we just have 4 random, interesting looking shows. And then we choose one that had the least amount of episodes, only 6 episodes, called the Asunta Case. And it was based off a true story. And it was about a mom and a dad who got divorced, but they were both Spanish, but they adopted a little Asian girl. And at 12 years old, she was found dead. And it's pretty much a court case. You got to figure out, did they do it or did they not? Then that we finished that, and one of the 4 shows was a show called Chambers. A girl has a heart attack, get her heart replaced, or has a heart transplant, but now she's seeing visions from the girl whose heart she has. And it's kind of trying to figure out, like, oh, how did she die? And is the visions coming from the heart? Is trying to help her figure it out. And then, so when we finish that, we're going to just watch the other 2. So, yeah, it's cool, man. Just, just watching stuff, so.
So, Urban World threw out there. Alice in Borderland, I love. Squid Games, I love. So now he threw out there. All of Us Are Dead. I just put on my list, and Sweet Home. I guess I'm gonna have to put on my list. I just don't have Netflix right now, so that'll get put off until I get Netflix again. I eventually. It's not that much of a priority to me right now. I love that Netflix, like their shows never really leave like that, especially if it's a Netflix original. So eventually it'll be watched again. But
do you watch The Boys?
Oh yeah. I do. I gotta add that to my series guide. I love The Boys. I loved the spin-off Gen Z. That was fire. Do you watch Invincible? Invincible.
You watched Invincible. Did you know the guy died from Gen V?
Oh yeah, the guy that, like, a lot of people kept telling me that he looked like me or I look like him. I don't think so, like, especially with the curly hair. But yeah, I was really sad to hear that. I was really disappointed. I don't know if they're gonna like cancel the show now that he's dead, or like put someone else as his character. Like I really want them to finish the show, but at the same time, like, fuck. But yeah, I think it was it a car accident or a motorcycle? He was on his way to like some event.
I don't remember, but
I think he was on his way to film season 2, and I think I saw that he was riding a motorcycle. Any like motorcycle incident, stuff like that, usually get my phone. I love riding a motorcycle, but it's also very terrifying. But at the same time, like, that thrill, I can never get over it.
That's cool. Yeah. Years ago, I told myself to never ride a motorcycle because I liked the need for speed, and I couldn't get on it and not want to speed. Like I would probably have been dead a long time ago. But,
any day I could die, but I mean, I do get that need for speed out and that adrenaline. I love going late at night. There's no other cars during the day where it's super packed. I'm taking my time. I don't care. There's nothing, no rush whatsoever. There's too many crazy people on the road. But like, there's nobody on the road right now. My bike can hit 120.
Will say this. Urban told me about the show called From. It's a sleeper hit. I never even knew it existed, and he was like, bro, you gotta watch it. He forced me to watch it, and I watched season 1, season 2, and it is cool. The premise is you're on your way.
What is MGM Plus?
Oh, I don't even. So Urban, allegedly, I was able to watch it from a different source, allegedly. So if you want to watch it, let me know.
We'll talk in the chat. I don't know what the heck MGM Plus is, but I see I could like pay for it with YouTube and I forgot about Sling, and Amazon Prime, I guess, has it.
Don't worry about it. But the premise is, just imagine you're on your way on a trip or something. You got your family, and then you drive past this tree in the road. So you decide you turn and go a different way, right? Because the tree is blocking the road, and you drive past this town, and you keep driving, right? You don't need to stop in the town. And next thing you know, you drive past the town again. You're like, so you keep driving, and you're like, bro, we just came to the town 3 times, and we keep going straight. So you get out, and it's getting dark, and the people run up to you, get in the house now, get in the house now. You're like, yo, get out of here. I don't know you. No, you got to get in the house now. And they shoot your tires out because you need to get in the house. And what happens is at nighttime, some people come out, and you're looking at them, but they're not really people, and they turn to like creatures. And so the only thing to protect you is you being in the house, because they have these little sigils up, and the creatures can't enter somewhere if they're up. If you don't have one, and it gets crazy from there. The town decide itself in like 2 halves. One like normal, people got houses, and the other is one big house, and anything goes. It's just wild, whatever. And so when you get there, you have to decide which one do you want to live in. Do you want to take a house, or do you want to live in the party house, the crazy whatever? And it definitely, yeah. I never heard of it, and I was just like, this is very different and cool. Yeah.
Interesting. I will definitely message you about that one. That sounds crazy.
Yeah. So Dodgeman asks, Token, have you watched Yellowstone?
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a I don't want to say a Western, but it's mainly they're on a ranch and stuff like that. I think Kevin Costner is in it. So it's pretty popular. But yeah. It's not my bag either, but it is very popular. A lot of people love it. Rona said From is a sleeper hit. Let me see. I forgot Sling TV was a thing.
Yeah, I forgot about Sling TV too.
I never had.
So you said From, and I tried to look it up on Google, and it was like you could watch this on MGM Plus, YouTube, or Sling. I'm like, Sling? People still use that? That's not dead?
Yeah, what the hell is MGM Plus? But all right,
exactly what I said. Like, what? They have their own service now? So I thought Peacock was a weird one. I didn't know MGM made one.
So that
I remember seeing the MGM before movies back in the day. How long ago?
So those was all the questions I personally had for you. Now I want to ask you: is there anything we didn't cover that you actually want to discuss or talk about, man? You know, I tried to come up with a bunch of this and that. I didn't want to ask you about the relationship. Sometimes I go there, but I just wanted to catch up, and then I wanted to ask you, you know, some gaming, this and that, and we definitely had to talk about the crypto and blockchain. So we did all of that. Also, chat, if you guys have any questions, Token is up for questions as well. But yeah, man, what didn't we
what else is going on? Oh, smart home, man. That's another thing I'm big on. So you're about to get a house. Are you gonna tech it up a bit? I see you got the lights and whatnot.
We already in our bedroom, we already got the whole Alexa, turn on first light. Alexa, turn on second light. So we do that, but it depends. If we buy the house, then I think I'm gonna go in. You know what I'm saying? If we buy it, then it's gonna be like, this is gonna be our house for a very long time, right?
Because we're gonna Jacksonville. We're gonna have to have a smart house competition.
Hey, bro, you might have to listen. So let's get into some of your techie stuff. What gave you the idea to make 4 screens? Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like no one ever done that. So like,
that's why nobody's ever done it. I knew it was possible. Like, why couldn't? I mean, I wanted to be able to play with my friends and stream with my friends and not just have my angle. I want to see, you know, me get shot from the person that's shooting me angle. I want to see what it looked like when I shoot someone and it's like, yo, you're seeing both perspectives and stuff like that. I don't know. I thought it was really a cool idea, and it hit me one time after smoking, and I was just like, I got to make this a thing.
Crazy. I might could use that. So on Wednesdays is my wrestling league. And so my wrestling league, we play WWE 2K 2024. But every so often, that game servers is so terrible. So there's times where I can't, like, I'm the one streaming, but if I shut off the PlayStation or exit out the game, because let's say my screen glitched, then we'll lose the whole stream. And I'm always like, man, and then there's times, okay, where so many people are playing, only 8 people could play. But if we have more than that, we have to do like split the match in half.
Exactly.
Then you can't see the other match, or you have to wait for the other match. But if we could simultaneously stream both matches, we will get through the night.
That's the same thing we do with Smash. When like I get my group chat in Smash is like 64 deep sometimes for our tournaments. You can't have it'll take forever to have 64 people doing a tournament with only 2 people at a time fighting. So we'll have like 4 rooms up with a good 4 people in each room duking it out 2 at a time, and then 2 people got to leave, and another 2 people get in for who's up on deck, and we just go through, and you can see all 4. Either I will just do 1 room on my stream. Sometimes I try to talk them in, but they're not as easy to talk to as like Stadia Bash community, where I just threw out the idea and everybody just ran with it. This community is like too much work. Whereas like I would love to be able to do that again with them and have like all 4 rooms at the same time. I've done it a couple of times, and we can watch all of the Smash matches all at the same time without needing to bounce around.
And what are you using for that? Are you using a separate program, or are you using like OBS?
OBS. Just OBS with a bunch of streams on it, and just everybody has to get their streams. You remember, everybody send me your stream. I take your stream link, I put it in there, I line it up, make sure all of the timings at the same time. Go.
I might have to get with you on that, man. That might be something I got to do, because more and more people are wanting to play with me on Wednesdays. So I call it We Wrestle Wednesdays, and I've been doing it since WWE 2K 2022, all of 2023, and now we're 2024. So I've been streaming every single Wednesday. Wow. There's a couple times where I had to switch it.
Consistency, because
I'm crazy. Like I would die if I have to break. So like my birthday was on a Wednesday. No, my birthday last year was on a Wednesday. My wife was like, "No, we're going out for your birthday." So we didn't do it that Wednesday. We did it like on a Thursday or Tuesday.
But one day that he missed,
bro. I never, but it didn't miss the week. And then when my wife and I, we used to do that Sandy Anthony show, we streamed for 2 years straight. Never missed a week. Yeah. So
awesome.
But this stuff only works for me because I don't get out as much. Like my wife and I, we go out, we do things, but like I don't hang with friends anymore. So my wife thing is, you can stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, but the weekends is mine. So for me, it's my social time too. I get on just to chat. What's up? What y'all doing? I turn on the camera, people tune in. We just talk about whatever. So, but yeah, when I move to Florida, man, it might be different. I'm be like, yo, I'm trying to go to the beach, trying to go to the river walk. And my wife, I don't think she's gonna be sitting around like, let me wait for you to finish streaming.
No, she will go out and have her fun. There's always something to do. I used to live in New York, like Jersey, pretty much the same thing. There's things to do, but like, do I really want to go do it? Miami, Florida, there's things to do. I'm gonna go do it. You know what I mean? The closer the better.
Yeah, the thing is with her and I is we just value warm weather. Like I love my life now, right? And I just said, I love my life, but if I could have my life with predominantly warm weather, I'll be on cloud 9. And also I would like to live at least 45 minutes away from the ocean, right? That's my 2 caveats. So we know Florida's like pretty much warm year round, and I just have to be 40. The beach just can't be
no more than 45 minutes. I get you.
Yeah. So
Jacksonville gets pretty cold in our winter. The difference between Jacksonville and here, like you're gonna experience winter and the seasons changing and stuff like that. You come down to Miami, there is no seasons changing.
So I took my wife for her birthday, which is March 15th. We went to Fort Myers, and dude, we were
Miami, dog.
Dude, I get it, but like even so, it's funny, right? So on my weather app, I have Jacksonville saved, and I have Fort Myers. And I always look and see like, damn, Fort Myers is a 10-degree difference. Like it is. So at first, my wife didn't want to move to Jacksonville. At first, she was like, no, I love where my friend lived at. It's warmer. I was like, true. But I lived in Jacksonville once upon a time, right? And I remember when in the wintertime, it got a little nippy for like a couple weeks. But I also remember I was walking my car in a white beater in January as well. But now I know I probably won't be swimming in the ocean. But the reason why I like Jacksonville, because it's so northern. The last time they got hit with a significant hurricane was 1964.
Easy to get out and go.
piece of their pier. So for them, they don't really get hit, right? So my wife was super into Fort Myers, and then her friend came back to Jersey because of a hurricane and left her husband there to watch the dogs. And she was like, "What about your husband?" She was like, "He wants to stay with the animals." She was like, "What?" So for me, I was like, "Well, you will get that peace of mind of Jacksonville, but you'll lose that temperature." You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be hot, but you know. So
And it's a good ultimatum. I definitely fear some big hurricane hitting Miami and wrecking this area, but fingers crossed. I just did the best that I could to make sure I found something with like drains and vents in front of
right,
my house, so I don't have to worry about like flooding like that. My house isn't like the house across the street. They open their door, they're on the ground floor. No. You got to walk up a couple stairs to get into
right,
my
right,
house. All
right.
right. I mean, like, do a few things to try
Yeah.
to prevent any major disasters. I just need to get my roof fixed, and after that, I should be fine. Fingers crossed. Roof and my windows. Other than that, I should be okay. I'm sitting here like, man, if a hurricane comes and blows out one of my windows, cool. Now I'm ready to replace that window.
Right. Yeah. And then you get the insurance. So Urban said token, big behinds or sexy minds.
Yeah, I saw him put that, dog. Oh man, that's such a tough question because I am definitely a big behind guy. Whew.
I am too.
It is. I do love me a sexy mind. If we can,
That is. See,
when I
here's
can sit here and talk the conversations we've had on this stream right now, if I could get into this conversation with a chick and start talking about, abundance, singularity, where the technology is going. One of my partners, like, she was sitting there like, I need a clone of me. And I was like, I mean, AI and get like one of Tesla's robots in the next couple of years. You pretty much can do that. Throw a little bit of fake skin and whatnot on it. Yeah, we can make a fake you any day now. And she's just like, wait, what? And like I told her about like, thinking to her with like the Neuralink in the future and stuff like that. I don't, if anybody hasn't checked out the Neuralink, Elon Musk's, guy that made Tesla and rocket ship company SpaceX,
Mhm.
made another company. She's has so many companies now. Neuralink, which has like a chip that at first they put it in a monkey's brain, and the monkey would like get a smoothie as long as he played this game, and like think of like Pong. If the as long as he did the game successfully, he got a smoothie. Eventually, they once it was calibrated and they could read his brain with the chip, they decided to unplug the controller. So the monkey's still playing the game, still getting his smoothie, still getting it, not realizing the controller is not working. It's using all of his brain power and picking that up to convert it into the game. Then eventually they just took the controller away and still kept getting him the smoothie every time as he played the game. Mans can control the computer essentially with his brain. They decided, all right, we've tested it enough animals. Now we're going to test it with a human. I think the first human, I forgot what he had going on health wise, but basically he can't control shit. His family has to take care of everything for him, and like even like touching his phone and being able to like use his phone is like, oh, can you touch? Can you imagine like telling somebody, oh, I want to watch this video. Can you go click on this for me and like do this for me? And I mean, like that's a pain. Sure, you can like use your elbow and stuff like that to like control the screen and like talk to it or stuff like that. But it's a whole different level when you don't got to ask for help and you could just think
So
the
did
same
they
way you
did
use a
it work?
mouse.
Did they put
Yeah,
it
it
in?
works. He's chilling, man. You can watch the videos where he's like, watch the latest video that Neuralink put up. Homeboy's controlling his phone, playing video games from his phone. I forgot what game he said he was playing, like some video game that he really enjoys. He was able to get so many hours of that video game. He's like, bro, I couldn't
Mhm.
play my game for years since my accident. Now I can play the game with my brain.
I didn't know they actually did it. Wow.
Yeah, I keep up to date on my technology, man. Google News is my go-to, and Feedly, that's where I get all my news since like I don't know 2010. Constantly just pulling up articles, and the algorithms know me now. Oh, this new dope technology going on. One of my favorite channels to watch on YouTube, Cold Fusion. Shout out to Diego. Yeah, dope channel. Or Go. I said Diego. Go does some really dope little mini series documentaries, a lot of technology, but sometimes he'll do things that are not tech. But when he talks about tech, yo, he goes in. It's great. Love that channel.
So check it out, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
watch the. There he is.
Using the force on a cursor. It was like
Nolan's.
using the force on a person.
Right.
better than everybody else. So
2004, yeah.
yeah. So
Cooking seafood, American, Italian, or Mexican is what Urban asked.
what is American? Like
I
a
mean, that's what I was
cheeseburger? Like I hear Italian, I think pasta and pizza.
right,
Mexican, I think like tacos and stuff.
right.
Dog, what's up with these questions, man? Urban, you be frying my brain. I
That's
I I don't stick to one thing, man. I couldn't just pick one. I guess I'll go with. I want to say Mexican. No, I'm like I'll like go with seafood, and then I'm like, nah, Mexican, nah, Italian, no, but
Yes.
what is American? American. I hear ribs, and I gotta have ribs. So if it comes down to like all I can eat is what's on the menu for this specific joint, yo, it's gonna have to be American then, because like American food gonna have them ribs, and I gotta have me some BBQ ribs, dog.
Okay, let me see. It's time to go. Rice.
Yeah, I would say ribs is American. So yeah, American wins. I couldn't think of anything until I realized ribs is American thing. They don't eat ribs like that anywhere else, and whew, especially Texas smokehouse rib. God damn.
Mm-mm-mm. Went to Texas Roadhouse 2 weekends ago. Got the famous fall off the bone ribs. All right, so yeah, so Rain said, okay, I'm awake again.
Welcome back, Rain.
Yeah, Rain, you're gonna have to definitely run this back, man. So what's cool is Rain is one of the new people in the community. He's a little younger, but he loves interviews. So he was telling me like, bro, you gotta start doing the interviews again. I said, I got a guy I'm gonna interview soon. So I sent him the link yesterday. I was like, bro, I'm interviewing tomorrow. So I know he'll
Glad to
definitely
be back. Glad to be on stream, man. I can't believe it's been 3 years. Damn time.
Bro, I can't believe it's been 3 years. Yeah, that's wild. That is wild. That's wild. Yeah, just saying it. But so anyway, man, let's wrap this thing up. Yeah, man. Dude, I don't know what else to say. I tried to pick your brain. I mean, everything I wanted to know, you've answered. Urban obviously tried to pull.
Oh, wait. We started real quick and talking about Smart House, and I didn't get to dibble and dabble in that real quick. Especially because you're about to get a house. Like, let me at least start incepting some ideas into your head. I started my smart house journey like literally right after I graduated college, and I saw a smart lights. I really hated in college when I'd lay down in bed and then the lights were on, and I'm like, I don't want to get up to go turn off the light. So once I saw smart lights came out, I was like, I'm sorry, what? No brainer. I'm buying me a smart light. So when I got my yes, and the Smart House movie on Disney back in the day, I went once Disney Plus came out. I was like, I have to go rewatch Smart House. Pull up the vault. Go ahead and pull out Smart House. If you have not seen the Disney movie Smart House because you're too young, go watch Smart House. You got Disney Plus? Go look it up. I love going back on Disney Plus and watching things from like the 80s and 90s and shit, even the 70s sometimes. They got some they just got all the throwbacks on there. But anywho, yeah, Smart House is where it all started for me. And then 20 I graduated college in 2013. So about 2013 is when I got my first smart home device, and then like 2014 is when Alexa came out, and then Google came out in like 2015. I was like on the fence on like which platform, which ecosystem am I gonna get myself locked into, and I'm already like Google everything essentially, and that's when like Pixel was starting to come out, and I realized, yo, there's everybody that's like I die hard iPhone and iOS and Apple everything. I've decided to go die hard everything Google. So pretty much all the things that Google come out with, I get. So I went all in on the Google smart home ecosystem. I'm trying to now not lean too much onto Google. There is a system called Home Assistant that I've been looking into. It's really not that complicated. Just it's a lot of nitty gritty setting up and stuff. But like I've been seeing some people play around with like AI and smart home and Home Assistant, and now I'm like, it's cool to be able to just like, hey Googs, do this. Hey Googs, do that.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to have to say that anymore. I just want it to know, hey, I just sat down in the couch. All right, so obviously turn on the projector, turn on the TV. You know, I lay down in bed, my TV should just turn on automatically.
Did you get
And
that Google thermostat? That thing is dope.
of course, I've had the Nest. I
The
still
next,
got the same Nest thermostat that I bought in like 2015 or so. It's brought it with me from the condo to the house. Um, what else? I got the smart smoke alarm. So like if I'm not home and somebody's cooking and it sets off the smoke alarm, I at least get to see it and know like, hey, let me take a look at the camera and make sure
oh wow.
somebody's not, effing up and burning the house down type of thing. What else? Yeah, I can see like all of the property, my entire property I have on camera. So I could see outside, inside, whatever, whenever I need to. Um, let's see what else. I'm trying to think what other smart home things I got going on. What's happening, dog? I don't remember what other smart home things we got. Damn. Other than the lights, other than I would love to get a gate soon, and with the gate, I want to have like an automatic, have the gate just automatically slide open.
Mhm.
As soon as I pull around the corner, I just want it to go. Rain said, "I'm just lazy, so smart home makes me more lazy." So I like to rebuttal people that call me lazy for that and say, is it lazy or is it just convenient? I like convenient. I don't get me wrong. Sure, I'm lazy, but
So
it takes a lot of work to set this up. So am I really that lazy,
you know
or
what's funny?
do I just like to make things really easy?
So what's funny is I got into digital gaming because I personally got tired of getting up and switching the disc. It's like, damn man, I want to play another game and I gotta get up and switch the disc. So before all my friends was into digital, I made the jump years ago, and they were like, bro,
Long time
look,
ago.
physical, you own your stuff. I'm like, bro, you only own a license anyway, and how long
Fact.
you expect to be playing this game for anyway? Like most of the games, you get a good how many years out of it, and you're just moving on. So me, I'm a forward person. Like I don't like to look back that often.
Dang.
Like bro, like I'm good. Like I got my but what if the servers stop? Then you just play another game. Like
Big facts. Yeah,
it,
I'm the same way as you. I went all digital a long time ago, which is why when Stadia came out, it was a no-brainer to me to just go straight to the cloud. I don't care to need to download games. Like, first world problems, I just find it such a hassle to like, oh, I want to go play. We were talking what game we're gonna play tonight. Let's go play Godfall. Let's go play this. Ah, damn, I gotta go delete something to go make space to download that. Like, first world problems, bro. I don't want to deal with that no more. Just give me a streaming service where I could just click whatever game I want to play and I'm playing it. Outside of that, there was another smart home thing I wanted to bring up. Why am I drawing such a blank? Having the whole surround sound system set up, like
Okay.
that's fire. I could switch between like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, play a movie. I literally just was like, I feel like watching Cat Williams, and I was just like, play this on the projector, and it was like, you have to pay for this. Would you like to pay for that? Click a button in my phone, movie just starts playing on the projector. And I was like, wow, I just love this convenience. I
That's good.
love where Google's going with it now, and like oh damn, we didn't talk about AI, dog. Are we sure we about to get off?
Uh,
Oh
yeah,
man, I try to make it as quick as I can.
all right. We got to kind of bring up AI.
Gotta talk about AI, dog.
Dude, the other day, he was in the chat earlier, Houston. He made 2 AI songs about me. He's like, you gotta listen to it. And I'm listening like, this is a real person. Sound like a real person. And it was like, I'm the cowboy, king of content, a whole rap. I'm like, and then he had another one, which is a little more slowed down version. I'm like, and then every time now when I see pictures, right? Because I got this app, like I said, I'm adult. I got this app where it's like always, you'll get a message, and when you click on it, it's like some sexy chick, right? And you just flip through. Oh, she got a nice butt, this and that. And I'm like, bro, you can tell that's AI. I'm like, they just throwing AI in my regular women. I'm like it's like AI is like
I've watched AI porn, dog. It's getting there. We're getting there. I got on Chat GPT. I want to say it came out November 22. I was on it from like December 22 regularly up until Google announced what was Bard and is now Gemini. I just I wasn't I like the Google ecosystem, so I was like, if Google's gonna drop their own AI to compete with ChatGPT,
right,
ChatGPT is cool and all. I definitely think Google's gonna make theirs better, and like now it integrates with YouTube, it integrates with like with my Google Docs, with my sheets, my slides and stuff. It can go through my Google Drive, it could do all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, ChatGPT ain't got nothing on integrating with my actual content. So yeah, Gemini, and then like I got the Pixel, so like now Gemini is literally like built into my Pixel. I can be able to have like a Chat
right.
GPT based conversation with my
Yeah, it's
phone.
like what a Samsung thing is
Bixby, yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
learning
so
that as well. Yeah, that's cool.
pretty much. So I'm definitely enjoying where we are on our AI journey and excited to see where
Now,
the content goes.
you know what's crazy? You get 2 people like you and me. We're obviously forward thinkers. Nowhere was we like, but what if? I just feel like with anything, with risk come reward, right? With reward
Absolutely.
come risk. Like,
Double-edged sword.
there's people who are gonna take, with great power comes great responsibility. There's gonna be people that you always say, if this gets in the wrong hands, but that wouldn't
When it
make
gets in the wrong hands, you just gotta be prepared for it.
right. That wouldn't make me stop. And I get people like
Exactly.
AI is gonna destroy the world. That doesn't make me want to stop. Like I want to, no, I want to see what this thing could do. I want to see what a future could be like. I want to see if we could be like the Jetsons. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? So for me, I always want things to keep moving. I want scientists to say, wait, what? Let's do that. Like they just started doing the what was that thing that they was afraid I was going to make a wormhole? They just decided to turn it back on. It was off for a couple years. The collider,
Higgs boson.
Yeah, so they just turned that back on, right? And I feel like, bro, the people are like, what if we make a wormhole and destroy it? But I want to see the fruits of his labor. I'm just saying. So yeah, I think it's cool to have these conversations, but not to have that fear, And I'm one of those people where I might get a little morbid, but one of the biggest parts of life is death, right? No one's getting off this planet alive unless you die in a spaceship above orbit, right? So at the end of the day, like I'm at the age where I lost a certain amount of people, and I'm like, it's just so real, right? So if we're trying to make this world more convenient, and it start a AI invasion, then listen, we were trying to do something, positive. So
Hopefully we don't become extinct because of it. But Yeah, no, I see Mr. Urban World in the chat saying he's gonna get a Pixel. Yeah, I got the Pixel 8 Pro, man. Don't regret it at all. Like the camera AI features are amazing. Recording with that video boost feature, it takes a long time to process, but yo, let me tell you, it is on par with my mirrorless camera over here. It's amazing to see where the technology is now, just using AI to increase your pictures. I've taken a few pictures sometimes where it's like, damn, I wish I kind of could move this. Oh yeah, I have a feature, and you could just highlight it and like literally center it now, and now it
Yeah,
looks like a better image. Or
it's
oh,
crazy.
there's something in the background that's like messing up the picture, highlight it and it's gone. Like that's fire.
Bro, that blew my mind. So I'm a video guy, right? I'm always making videos, but my wife is always taking pictures, right? Whenever we go out, I make a video. I make my little video. She take pictures, post it on Facebook. So one time I was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" She's circling. Excuse me. I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Oh, I don't like the way it's looking. Take it down." I'm like, "You can do that?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Wait, you could take things out of a picture?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Bro, that just blew my mind." I'm like, "Where was I at?" So like certain stuff I'm like late on. I'm like, okay, I'm about to start using that. But yeah, it's just technology, man.
Yeah, so with Google, with their phone now, with the Pixel 8 that I got, I can record a video, and let's say the audio comes out choppy, some motorcyclist goes driving by, cops pull up and they're messing up my video. You can go into the audio and literally remove the sirens out of the video now. I was like, oh man, this
That's
is
dope.
sick. So AI, it's gonna keep advancing. We're gonna keep changing. I love where we're going with robotics. I don't know if you guys have seen the humanoid robots. Tesla has theirs. There's a whole bunch of other companies out there making their robots.
Yep.
What's that other
They got the
Boston Dynamics?
flamethrower thing they was talking about. You could buy for like $1,600 or something like that in the other country. Like
I
the
didn't
dog.
I didn't know that. You're saying the flamethrower, not a flamethrower came back?
Yeah, so it's like a dog or a tripod or not tripod, but quadrupod or whatever, and it was shooting flames, and like you can buy that for relatively cheap.
Didn't know
Um,
about that one.
yeah. What's cool though is if I do end up doing the show tonight, my wife actually had to sing. She just texted me, but I'm scared to read it. She says, "So no show." I'm not gonna respond yet. I don't.
Sorry, we talk too much.
I know, but what's cool is one of the videos. So on that show, we do adult games, but also I put some videos, adult videos. Well, I threw a video in that we're gonna show where it's like robot strippers. So it's like they're like dancing on the pole. I'm like, yo, this is wild. So they're like, yo, they're about to come for your job soon. But one thing that's cool if you're ever around, man, is whenever I do a lot of my streams, I like people to be a part of it. So I have in my Discord tab for like all the shows. So even Monday Gaming Podcast, there's a tab, and you can just throw like, oh, we want to talk about this. So you just throw your link in there, and during the show, I'll be like, oh, let me go to the to the Discord and see what topics everybody else wanted to talk about. Same thing with the adult thing. Somebody could just like Urban would throw videos in there, and I'll just pull it up. And then I got a new thing I call a super show, where it's kind of crazy. I just merge like everything I do together in one show, where I'll pause and be like, let me take a workout break, and I just start doing curls and push-ups, and then I get back to talking about gaming and blah blah blah. So if you ever want to
So
throw some,
my last Discord, I after when during the accident, the phone that had the like two-factor authentication
okay,
got destroyed. So I lost access to my entire 100+ community in Discord
dang,
and all that stuff. So I had to recently just got forced to make another Discord again, and literally I went from like over 100+ on my last Discord to now I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things in my Discord. So you're
that's
now the sixth one that I just added. I'm back in your Discord again. It's gonna be
yeah,
weird for me to see my other one in there somewhere. But
yeah, you're in
yeah,
there.
my other one's still in there. I just no longer have access to that Discord. If anybody's ever messaged me on Discord from here, I apologize. I can't get into that one anymore. But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure catching up.
Yeah, definitely. Let me just tell her I'm almost done. If you
Yeah,
still want to do it.
I think it's 3 years of catching up in about 3 hours.
Yeah, man. You know? This is cool, man. So we definitely gotta. I know you want to play a game, so you and me have to find a game that we both own. Because my problem is this: if you look at the games we own, my issue is this: I rent the hell out of games.
Oh yeah, GameFly. I haven't used it again.
Well, you may look and be like, "Oh, you got this game?" Nah, I GameFlyed it. Like you mentioned, Gotham Knights. I'm like, I GameFlyed it. So like, but I mean, if something
that's on.
Plus,
that's on PlayStation PlayStation Premium Plus or whatever. So if you got that, then we can play Gotham Knight. But at this point, I thought we'd have been gaming by now. It's been great just catching up and chatting, but I think we'll have to schedule that one for another time. I'll jump in and game specifically.
Definitely, brother. Yeah, maybe you and me could jump in the game and you could stream it on your channel. It'd be like your, a comeback.
Once I get exactly. When I get my stream back up and running, I'm definitely down for it.
Yeah. Well, man, this was cool. Wow, we did the damn thing. Wow, this was better than I even expected. We covered so much. It's always a pleasure talking to you, man. I love the energy. Dude, this year at some point, I'm either dying or I'm moving to Florida and
come on down.
Come to Miami. I want to learn how to swing fire and one thing I always wanted to do was and I was supposed to do it years ago, and then I ended up getting shoulder surgery, and I kept putting it off. But I want to do a backflip on the ground because I could do it on a trampoline. I'm like, it can't be that hard. So anyway, I will at some point. So maybe I'll come down there and meet some people and or yourself, and y'all guys will help me with that part.
a lot of the guys in the acro and the calisthenics community out here, handstands and backflips all the time like it's nothing. So I definitely
crazy. Before I hurt my shoulder, so that was one of the things I like to do. I would just walk on my hands. I could walk like far. Then I got my shoulder surgery. So the last time, I mean, I did it not that long ago on stream, and I wasn't that good. But in my living room, I think what it is because I don't have that much space. Like if you actually could see what's around me, it's not that much space because my daughter got half her garbage in here because she moved out like, I don't know, almost a year ago and left like 90% of her stuff. So I inherited this room, which was her bedroom. I inherited her fish, which wasn't mine, but she left her fish tank. So, but I think my mind is like, it's harder for me to walk on my hands in here because I feel like I'm going to hit something. But in my living room, because I got more space. But anyway, long story short, I was able to do 5 steps, which is pretty cool. Whereas I used to be able to walk across the room. But I mean, my strength still isn't there. Like trying to carry my weight, I obviously gained some pounds too. So, but yeah, man, I'm looking forward to meeting you in person, man. I went on this whole thing where I met in 2022. I met like, I think 5 YouTubers, like in person. Like I drove out to New York twice. I drove out to, I met 2 people when I was on vacation in Virginia. So that was, I met 2 different people in New York the second time. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 right there. Oh, I drove out to Connecticut and met somebody else. So I was just on a tear, just meeting people who, listen, if you was close enough. So yeah, I'm definitely the guy to keep my word, and I will be in Miami, man, and we'll definitely chop it up.
You definitely let me know. Try to plan to be here for at least a week, man. Weekend is not enough time in Miami. I get friends that are always like, yo, I'm gonna come for the weekend, and I'm like, you're not gonna want to leave. And they always come and they're like, damn, I gotta come back. I'm like, you won't be back. It's like I got here and I was like, I don't want to leave, and I just didn't leave. And always amazing, always good times. There's nothing but good vibes in Miami.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Now I was watching just real quick. My wife, not me, but my wife was watching this thing literally like maybe 3 days ago because she's on this Florida thing. She constantly look at different houses and the best place to live and all that. And Miami was on the list of some crime though. I mean, it's Miami.
I mean, sure, everywhere there's crime, but like, I will definitely say, compared to when I moved here a decade ago, compared to now, how often I'd hear about, yo, did you hear about this? Yo, did you hear about that? Or you turn on the TV or looking at Google News and it's like, this many people died at this, in this corner intersection from random gunfire, this, then, the third. I mean, the most recent crime actually happened right down the street from me at the gas station. May they rest in peace. So the 2 gas station owners is just having a conversation, and one guy came in and just jumped in their conversation, got mad with the owners, and pulled out a gun and just shot both of them. Yo, it really sucks. I mean, it's an open carry state, so you gotta
Right.
be prepared too. Like somebody pull a gun on you, you really gotta have that gun to draw back, because otherwise you're probably dead.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think the stand your ground is not cool, but because it give anybody, you know, the I guess the getaway with. What do you mean? I was terrified. You know what I mean? But then you live in New Jersey. There's no self-defense law. So somebody breaking your house, you beat the hell out of them, they can sue you, even though they was in your house. It's like, bro. But yeah,
There's no good equilibrium anywhere, but yeah, push or pull. It's really not that bad. I mean, I've definitely heard that the numbers have decreased since like a decade ago, so it's really not as bad as they're saying. And like with how the area is gentrifying, when I used to drive around down here, I used to be like, ooh, whew, I should not be in this neighborhood. I might be black, but I ain't that black. I gotta get out of here. You know what I mean? But like, there's definitely like a lot more neighborhoods now that's like, yo, back in the day, you would not go to Wynwood. Now it's like everybody's in Wynwood all the time. You know,
you
where
know,
I live at.
a lot of people, when I would say Jacksonville, they're like, "Oh, Jacksonville." Now, when I used to live in Jacksonville years ago, it was downtown. Was not. Listen, bro, you don't want to be hanging out. But then, if you was living by the beach, it was like, hey, so you know, I guess it is what it is. Life, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir. All right, the dog's gotta go out, and I gotta feed them. Life,
definitely,
life,
brother.
life, and it's been a pleasure. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
so much for having me stream. It's been a yes, finally, Mr. Urban World. Finally got me on here. Finally got me back on camera. I'll be back. I'll be doing more things. I'm gonna try and bring my camera out with me to Acro and have some live streaming Acro and all sorts of stuff and be able to show y'all what's going on, a little bit of taste of Miami. I'm kind of changing up my stream from being just dedicated to gaming to being kind of like
So,
overall my life. This is all the things that I get into that I can put on camera, at least, because there's a lot of things that I can't put on camera.
yeah. All right, man. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on, man. You still the same cool dude, man. Just a pleasure to talk to, pleasure to be around, and I can't wait to chop it up some more. But now that we definitely connected again, even more than just a little bit on Twitter or X, definitely gonna have to play some games soon. And so, with that being said, thank you so much, man. I hope you have a good night, and everybody else, take care. This was definitely the man, the myth, the legend, Token Gaming. We are out of here.
Urban World, see you in 2030. Peace.
Peace. And now your mama knows.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy. Oh, man. And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon.